today, one, it's the start of spooky season. And of course, we're playing Curse of Strahd, so spooky things are going to abound this month, which is super exciting. Two, unfortunately, I have a little bit of bad news. Prohibit Hewitt, our player for Adunbi, is unfortunately unable to keep up with the campaign right now. He is taking a indefinite break from the campaign as he deals with some life stuff. So he is not going to be present, and screens and such have been adjusted. So just a heads up there. But this is session 50, which is pretty sick. We've been playing for almost 2 years now. And now we are going to be, I've got everybody ready. We're going to get into the game. So without further ado, let me pop them in here.
Each level is, oh, no, that's a different thing. Yeah, it says 10 hours. Pretty good.
All right, we all ready?
Chaw.
Yeah, man.
Let me turn on the music. Spooky, you say. Spooky, I do say. So, where we left off, you guys are currently hiking your way down Mount Gakis. Alistair Art goes ham. I'm sure Hermes appreciates that.
Thank you.
So, you guys are working your way down Mount Gakis. You have managed to diplomatically resolve another run-in with the Rock defending Solenka Bridge, and are working your way down Solenka Pass. After a evening's camp, you noticed that there were some ravens and bats having what appeared to be some sort of tussle, and intervened on behalf of the ravens to help slay the bats that were aggressing them, before having what appeared to be a fairly in-depth conversation about Barovia at large, Strahd, and Irina's role in this land. As you guys work your way down the mountain, you have learned that Casimir is debating whether he will stick with you, but he has promised to stick with you at least to the crossroads. And currently, I should pull up the to-do list. Oh, that's not right. Curse of Strahd. Strahd notes. There it is. Oh, right. That's why that's messed up. Got it. All right, hold on. I need to adjust one quick thing because I am a silly boy.
Technical difficulties.
Honestly, not even as much technical difficulties as I just am jacked up this morning.
Yeah, you were looking a little swole.
Thanks.
I don't understand why like my hand can get in focus, but then like the pumpkin's not when I do this. What the? Sorry. I'm just gonna hyperfixate on this all day.
Discord just doesn't want it to be October yet.
Apparently.
Actually, it's not Discord's blur, it's NVIDIA broadcast blur.
Oh.
Yeah, because you can actually change the strength, and I would listen to it. I mean, we could just see Cap in the background. Don't pick your nose.
All right, noted. All right. That, in theory, should work. Should it load? And then I just need to fix this then. I asked Peekaboo Pumpkins. What a fun
Be great
name
if he
for it.
sneezed.
Wish I had like a little feather. That would be.
It's October. You know what that means. Spoopy season!
Boopy.
Oh, today's the first day of Inktober. Shit, I should get on that.
Well, I think one of the prompts
The
is
drawing.
Toad. I like that.
Yeah, different drawing each day.
Oh, right. I have seen that. Also, you need to share Rear, I'm gonna go back to the roleplay screen while we wait.
Oh,
for that to
yeah.
load. You need we have a cool little addition to mention today.
So, my father made some art for our campaign,
Which is just
and
wild.
yeah, it's super dope, and will eventually get hung on my back wall.
Put it a little bit more in front of you because you're there. You go. Now that's in frame. Let's go.
Ta-da! But
That's
yeah,
so sick.
super fucking cool.
What did we call? What did you call him? Dad Moss? Papa Moss?
I said Mr. Moss.
I like Mr. Moss. Papa Moss.
But
He
the thing-
said you can call him Daddy Moss.
Daddy Moss.
he did, and I would. But so, but I like Mr. Moss has. It's like Mr. White. It's like Mr. Moss. You know.
Mr.
Like-
Moss.
It's got a bounce to it.
It's Mr. Moss there.
All right. So in theory, now the map should show properly. Perfect. Wonderful news.
Well, my head immediately went, he did the monster moss.
The Monster Moss. That's so good.
We could call him Moss. I like.
All right. So you guys are working your way down the mountain.
We'll be
You guys
working
have
our
a
way
pretty
down
quiet hike. Is there anything that you guys want to do following your conversation with Irina, following the Raven Bat battle that you guys just any conversations or any particular activities that anyone wants to participate in while they're hiking?
No.
No? Going once, going twice. Sold. All right, so you guys are going to make it down. You're now in the lower parts of the tundra. It started to be a little bit more wooded. It's still pretty icy and snowy, but it's not nearly as harsh as it was in the higher sections of the pass and the mountains. Now you're finally starting to get to that more kind of humid chill of Barovia, rather than that cutting, biting wind. The cold is not nearly as harsh. As you guys come to find a place to rest, where you come across a clearing and a frozen lake that seems like it might be a good place to rest for the night. Here it is. Let me pop everybody in. So
So, what about this spot makes it seem like it's a good spot to stop?
it's a nice open clearing, and this is a familiar part of the path, but on your way up, you think that the snow covered, you realize that the snow probably covered this lake more than it has now. It appears that some of the snow has drifted away and has revealed this kind of frozen lake underneath. But you can see kind of a more well-trodden section in the center that seems to be packed snow that is frozen solid to the lake's surface.
Oh.
You do see that there is a small opening in the lake over here as well, where the ice seems to have given way. But more than anything, it's an issue of timing. Of you've been traveling all day and you need a place to rest. This is a kind of open clearing where you have some room to maneuver and isn't encroached on by trees, and you have a little bit of visibility, and everyone's exhausted.
All right, here, daughter. Chop chop.
Go make this hut on the middle of the lake.
I'm just kidding. I just assumed that that's like how you talk to like the people in your household that do things for you all the time.
Walk away from everybody and start making tiny huts.
Thank you, Endar.
Thank you.
Is that a hole in the ice?
Holy ice.
Is that a whirlpool in the ice?
Can I fly over there?
Sure.
I'm gonna go slow. Because I don't want any scary frozen things reaching up from the ice at me. So I'm gonna go
Okay,
up a little
okay.
more. I'm gonna go up like 15 feet at least.
Sounds good.
It's gonna be like a frozen dragon. No,
Here,
okay.
well, boop.
Boop. I'm gonna go. I think I want to go up about like on the packed down part, and then I'm gonna go over. That's what.
Sounds good.
Oh. I'm afraid. Don't say it like that. Okay. I'm high up. I'm 15 feet up.
Oh. Well,
Ignore that.
I-
Ignore
I
that.
didn't- I
Ignore
didn't
that.
follow.
Ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore that. In fact, here, let me. Where did Mim go?
She's
It
5
said,
feet
"Help, I've
under
fallen."
the water.
Yeah, he's under the water. Hold on, I have to. There.
Man, I was gonna say I'm gonna step out and check the ice. Now I'm second guessing that.
Oh yeah, for sure now. For sure now.
Mim. Here we go.
Is the only way
There.
across on this?
Here, I'll move you for now.
All right, I don't do anything fun anymore.
She also got the frozen condition applied to her.
Yes, I will fix that as well. How do I reset this? Manually trigger.
Pay no attention to the giant hole in the ice.
There you go. It's good. It's good. It's fine. I fixed it.
I'm gonna do this.
Man,
Break
hold on,
bridges
yes.
and
I
ice.
just saw a vision of a hole opening up under you.
Issues of VTTs. All right. So you come over and you're flying over the hole.
Can I? Is the water clear or no? Like somewhat clear.
It's dark is what it is. It's not like it's murky in the sense that like it's hard to see because of sediment or whatever. It's just it's difficult to see into because it's dark water.
Yeah, gross. I'm gonna. Can I?
Before you move anywhere, let me know so I can move. you.
I'm not gonna move. I just pretend I'm kind of over it though.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, here I can put you there.
All right, as Mem peers down into it, I'm casting control water and spraying her in the face with some of it. And then I'm going to go back to casting Tiny Hut.
Wow.
You're looking down in the water and you watch as it all of a sudden starts bubbling, and you kind of peer closer to see what it is. It goes and splashes in your face. It's super cold. You catch your breath.
Oh.
It's basically like dipping your face in an ice bucket for a second. Mim's hair is drenched.
Guys, I don't like this water. It's crazy.
Well, why'd you go in it?
I didn't do it. It's pushed me. Can I
Where do you want to go? Just ping where you want to go. I'll get you there.
No, I was just saying I'm gonna cast Druidcraft, and can I do a warm breeze to stay air dry and warm myself up? I don't know if that's a harmless sensory effect. Baby, no.
Harmless sensory effect. Yeah, you could give yourself a warm breeze. It's not going to super counteract the cold water, but yes. A warm
Fine.
breeze on cold water still feels cold.
You know what? Fine.
Science.
Can I drop something into the water?
Sure.
I have. Where are they?
A bunch of severed bat heads? Or bat
No,
pieces or whatever?
I need those. Excuse. I'm trying to find. I have a bunch of little bottles. I don't know where I put them. I might have deleted. I have a bunch of little empty bottles.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast Mage Hand to carry one and fill it up with some of the water and see if anything happens.
All right. You do so. You scoop the water. And as you pull it out, it appears to be just water.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna go back.
All right. Ping where you want to go, and I'll get you there.
I don't know. Oh, there we go. We'll go there because I see Alistair.
Oh. Save. There. Done. Good. Dandy.
And I'm like freezing. And I'm like, don't go out there. The water's evil. Don't worry. I got this. I'm going to go investigate it. And I'm going to.
I will follow Mim back and reach out and cast prestidigitation to warm her clothes.
Wow. Oh my God.
There you go.
The best around. Nothing's ever going to get you down. Thank you.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Irina comes and sits quietly next to Andar, as does Casimir, but Casimir's kind of eyeing the lake.
Casimir, you wanting to go fishing?
No, it's just, it's been a while since I've seen something this serene.
Oh. I wouldn't call it serene. It slaps you in the face with ice water if you go near it. So I'm just saying.
User error, I would think.
I would imagine it's something you did. Perhaps earlier.
Is that directed at Casimir, or is that directed at Mim?
Directed at me. Can I,
Hashtag actions have consequences.
I'm rolling for insight to
At
see if I can
disadvantage because you're
understand.
still exhausted.
Fine.
Oh wait, actually you only have one. Yep,
Yeah.
no, it's still
That's still,
disadvantage on individual
Yeah.
checks. Yep. So you got to roll again.
Okay, well, it's 16. So
Okay. What are you inciting?
trying to figure out what Andrew's talking about. I don't understand social shit.
Andar's being coy. He's messing with you.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, Andrew. You care to explain a little bit? I don't know why a lake would be mad at me for something I did earlier.
Spooky place. Trying to concentrate here. Thank you.
Right. Thank you for your service, Andar.
All right. So after a few minutes, Tiny Hut does in fact go up for a. Oh, it doesn't do it the way I want it to. But sure, we'll just do that. There you go. Boom. That's probably a little bigger than it actually is, but sure.
I think that's about it.
That's about right-ish. So Tiny Hut goes up. Maybe
Once
you're
it's
like-
up, we can leave and re-enter, right? It's
Correct.
just
as long as
can't.
Andar can't leave. If Andar leaves, it collapses.
Casimir, do you know, are there fish on this lake? Pond, whatever it is.
I imagine if there were any fish, they would be small. Does not appear to be a very large body of water. It's possible that some might have survived the ice, but impossible to know without checking.
Well, I do feel bad for the fish, but I also feel bad for whatever broke the ice over there and probably fell in. Maybe they're who's angry at me.
And do you have that cool wine thing still?
I have it. Of course I do.
Do you think it works with this snow?
Well, let's see.
All right, so you scoop some snow into
So I'm just reading up on it real quick.
the ewer. Yep, I'm reading up on it too. I believe in theory.
We don't need snow.
Yeah, I was gonna
You
say.
just shake it a little bit, and it fills with wine.
Incredible.
Incredible.
So
I'm just gonna start drinking it.
Andar starts drinking straight from the ewer. Doesn't even bother with his flask.
No, I would put it in a flask. I was raised better than that.
All right, he puts it in his flask tenderly.
Would you like some?
Yes, please.
Of course I would.
I'll pass it around.
Like a heathen. I'll pour it into a glass too.
You have a gallon of wine to split amongst yourselves, and it is a rich red, very earthy.
Ooh. I'm gonna chug a little bit.
Mim, being as small as you are, roll me a con
I
save.
said a little bit. A little
Okay,
bit.
chug and a little bit are okay. Jumbo shrimp.
Okay. You're mean.
What'd you call her?
Is it ability constitution?
Constitution save, but it'll be
Save.
straight. It's not an ability check.
Cool.
Can I also chug it as well?
I'm
With me.
drunk.
Mim's chug.
Party.
Yes, Alistair, you can also save if you're chugging.
So
that's
fun
great.
fact, Azamars cannot get drunk.
Oh, then you don't
I
have to
forgot
save.
about that. And don't you not like the taste of it or something?
Yep, and it all tastes awful, but Alistair just assumes that's how it tastes.
So,
I mean, you can press the digitation that to taste like whatever you want.
Hey, yo. He doesn't know that. He just got that spell.
Casimir passes. Irina obliges, but only like is very measured in the sense that she takes like a sip and kind of like holds it in her hands and then waits. Like,
Hey, I love you guys. You're my best friend. And even you. This is some great wine.
Irina kind of like is like halfway through a sip, and when Mim goes, and are even you, she kind of
Actually, Andar, especially you.
Mm-hmm.
all right. Besides drinking, oh, go ahead.
Shiny man, I've found something in. I'm looking right at Alistair. I found this in the temple. It's not much use to me, and it's getting kind of heavy. I was wondering if you wanted it. And I'll just extend the tome of understanding.
Sure. Where?
You can read, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, good. Yes.
You see me do it often. What is this? I'll thumb through it.
Irina trying to get in the spirit of it. Well, you have seen a book before, haven't you?
Oh my god.
It helps you with wisdom.
Oh.
You know, like a book.
Yes, I get it. Sure. Yeah, I'll read through it.
All right. I don't know if I can transfer items from me to him, but
You should be able to, but if not, I'll do it real quick.
What's it called? Because I use D&D Beyond.
It's a Tome of Understanding.
Tome of Understanding.
On here, I'll remove it from your inventory, and he will add it to his himself. Oop.
Add equipment. Thank
It's
you.
gone. And then here I'll sync.
Where did it go?
All right. Besides drinking, Is there anything else that anyone would like to do before they head to bed this evening?
Oh, holy shit. Sorry, I just read the what it does.
Very neat.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to use Performance of Creation to make myself my scarf, and I'm gonna fall asleep with that.
Oh,
'Cause
Where
I
is your-
miss it? I don't know. It was taken along with the amulet.
Oh, right, because oh no, that's so sad.
That's what drunk Sten would do.
Well, we're about to. Oh no.
Can I read over the book for like an hour and then head to bed? Because exhaustion, yay.
sure.
If you cast something like Mage Hand can you cast Mage Hand inside the hut and then take it out and then have it come back in? No.
You can cast it inside the hut, but you can only do stuff inside the hut with it.
Magical
can't
things
pass
cannot
through.
pass through. Yeah.
Okay,
Nor
okay.
can you cast it out to be
Out
outside.
to be outside.
Because
Interesting.
Spells can't go through.
Yeah. And we're like, there's not like a floor. It's just like the snow is like the ground, right?
Yes, it is snow.
Um,
The snow on the ground, but it is a comfortable temperature inside, so the snow is melting.
Cool. I'm gonna be one of the last ones to, so I wanna.
I'm going to
good.
be one of the first ones to go to sleep.
So Sten
That's
and
good.
Andar pass out. Adunbi and Irina lay down. Casimir volunteers to take first watch. Alistair reads for a bit. So really the last two conscious are Alistair and Mim.
Well, so I'm gonna lay down and really quietly cast Mage Hand,
Mhm.
and then take whatever little bit of snow that I can before it's melted. And it's the invisible Mage Hand, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to close my eyes, will like kind of peek through them, and then drop the snow on Andor's face.
And right as you're starting to fall asleep, all of a sudden, pff, like dirty, wet snow lands on your face, and you wipe your face and look around, and there's no one's moving. The only person awake appears to be Alistair, who's reading.
It's going to back pocket that one.
You don't know who did it.
I really hope he thinks
Oh,
it's
don't
me.
I?
That'd be hilarious.
Okay. Now I'm asleep.
Right. Mim goes to bed. Alistair, you're the last one up. Anything you want to do other than read, or are you just gonna pass out?
After rereading, like what I need to do to activate this, I'll probably spend an additional hour reading.
Okay. In that case,
No.
Well, no. Casimir will just stay up with you because he only needs 4 hours of sleep anyway. So, he'll stay up. You read for an additional hour. Everyone else at that point is fully passed out. And then you're heading to bed?
Yep.
Cool.
I'll, Casimir, do you want to just wake me up when you head to sleep, or?
Sure.
All right. Sounds good. Good night.
Good night.
All right. Everyone, everyone heads to bed. It's a quiet, dreamless night for everyone.
Hey.
Alistair, after a couple hours, you are roused awake. And you turn over, expecting to see Casimir. Real quick, actually, I need everybody to deafen but Alistair for a little bit.
No.
Oh, fuck. All right, bye, guys.
Die.
Okay, we're good.
Cool. You. I'm not gonna do this on map.
Okay.
So that we don't spoil this for them. You wake up to a hand gently nudging your shoulder, and you turn over expecting to see Casimir, and instead, as you turn over, you see long dark hair, pointed ears, and a stark white face. And Strahd von Zarvich is leaning over you, shaking you awake. You startle and you look around and you see Casimir's unconscious and everyone else is left undisturbed. Tiny Hut is gone.
Okay.
Hello, my friend. Apologies for disturbing your slumber.
What did you do to Casimir?
He will be fine. He would have raised... And he kind of gestures towards the others. Undue attention.
Fair enough. What can I do for you?
Well, I wanted to share some news with you that you may consider welcome. I have located the girl.
Is she here in Barovia?
No, we have not made such arrangements as of yet. I am not in the business of doing favors for free.
Fair
I
enough.
merely wanted to inform you that should you so choose, I now have knowledge of where she is. But, on to other matters. I must say I'm a little disappointed in the decision-making of your little band here. You see, last we spoke, I asked for you all to investigate something for me. Look into a certain figure from my past, and that, should you find anything, to let me know.
It's where we're headed now, actually.
He kind of like, his eyes turn steely and he kind of looks out of the side of his face. Do not lie to me. It is my understanding that you have learned of a few things that you have chosen not to share. I consider myself a fair man. I consider myself to be reasonable in my business dealings. And he kind of turns and like kind of looks out over the lake. But I am not a man who tolerates disrespect kindly. And he kind of glances over at Doonby and then glances over at Sten. You see, Alistair, I have put up with certain transgressions so far. But I am not to be made a fool of.
Real quick for me.
Mm-hmm.
He told us to go find Baba Yaga, right?
He said he asked as a favor to investigate the Baba figure, and that he had suspicions as to who it might be. You guys didn't make any formal arrangements, Like you didn't agree like we'll do this for that or anything. Like he offered reward and you guys were kind of like, well, we'll see what we can find out. And so then he said two things. He gave you the brimstone and he said two things. He said, one, should you find anything out of importance, to tap the ground 3 times and Rahadin would come. And you could deliver any appropriate news to him. And then he said, and then he gave Irina the brimstone and specifically directed it at her, said, should she ever find herself in danger, crush the brimstone and she shall find herself safe, were his words.
I completely forgot about that, but it's fine. Cool.
No worries. So there's your context. But yeah, so he looks out over the lake and he looks at a Doonbee kind of pointedly and then like glances at Sten kind of pointedly. I am not to be made a fool of.
I think they mean well, but everybody has the way they feel.
Perhaps. Unfortunately, an example must be made. I'm sure you understand. And he kind of turns back to you and looks you straight in the eye. And he walks up and gets real close to your face. And like quick as lightning, his hand like comes up to the side of your face and you can feel like his nails digging into the side of your face. And for the first time, you notice that they're sharpened, almost like dagger points. And with a quick flick of his thumb, he flicks your collar back and he looks.
Oh.
Huh.
Fuck.
It is not progressing as I expected. No matter. And he quick as he grabbed, his hands gone, and you almost feel like the icy almost like like the icy remnant of his hand on your face. Should you ever need a slight nudge, just say the word. But in the meantime, perhaps remind your friends that I am not to be disrespected. And he turns and you watch as he waves his hand and kind of looks up towards the sky. And you watch as the clouds peel back to reveal a full blood red moon. And on the ground, a Doonbee starts twitching in his sleep.
Is he looking away from me right now?
Yes, he is.
Can I prestidigitation pepper under Sten's nose?
That's a good question. I'm not sure if prestidigitation allows.
I don't know either.
I'm checking.
This.
A harmless sensory effect, such as a shower sparks, a puff of wind, faint musical notes, or an odd odor. I would say pepper counts as an odor. Here's what we'll do. I'll meet you halfway.
Okay.
Because Sten is asleep. So, here, let me ping in the group. So that he knows to undeafen for a minute.
Your face. It's bad.
Oh no.
All right, so
I
here's what
definitely saw on your face that maybe you said a Doonbee, and I was like, okay, what is this about? I'm trying to read lips.
I need two things from you. I need a let me see what's the most reasonable thing here. I need a con save at disadvantage because you're asleep.
Okay. Would I be woken up by anything that's happening?
That's what we're determining.
My passive perception's pretty good. You want to go off that?
Long story short, without spoiling anything, Alistair's attempting to wake you up with the sensory effect subtly.
Oh.
And we're determining whether or not you wake up.
Con save.
Con save at
disadvantage
disadvantage.
is a 15.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to deafen again.
Okay.
Shit.
So. Also, I'm gonna point out that prestidigitation is verbal component.
Mm-hmm.
So I also need you to roll me. Let's go
Slide it.
stealth, because it's verbal, right? So
Yeah, true.
which
Okay, 14
also
and
will be a
15.
disadvantage.
Yep.
because you're
14 and
exhausted.
15 for 22 at disadvantage.
Okay. Let me make sure I roll this privately. Private roll. You said 22?
Yep.
Okay. He peels back to reveal this blood red moon, and as you cast prestidigitation, he whips around and glares at you. I will give you no more warnings. I will not be made a fool of. And he pulls his cape and vanishes. At which point, a Dunebee's shoulders start cracking. And his body begins to swell.
I mean, Alistair's known what's going on. I'm going to whip out the crossbow and shoot a bolt at him.
At a
A
Dunebee?
silvered bolt. Yeah.
Okay. Here, let me give the all clear.
Did he go for a werewolf? Is he werewolf?
So here's what's happening.
no.
You guys awake to the sounds of bones cracking, and in a quick flash, like basically, you guys awake to the twang and the thud of a crossbow bolt and the sounds of bones cracking. In a quick scan, you guys notice three things. One, Tiny Hut is gone. Two,
No.
there's a full blood red moon casting over the lake that previously had been covered by clouds. And three, Casimir is unconscious, and Alistair is standing upright with a crossbow aimed at where a Dunebee was sleeping, but now there's a bolt sticking out of this furred, hulking figure that rises up and turns and howls at the moon before slobbering and glaring at you with dark red eyes.
So bad.
And you are looking at a very large werewolf. And at this point,
No, don't you dare say roll for initiative.
hold on, wait for it.
Don't do it.
As drool drips from his maw and his eyes glow bright red, he howls. And I need this to load faster. He howls at the moon. And now I need everybody to roll initiative.
You're a bitch.
Also, Ryan, kudos to you. That was one of the coolest scenes so far. Holy fuck.
Wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Trust me, you'll hear about it.
How
Why?
long were we asleep?
Not long enough for a full long rest.
It would have been almost exactly 6 hours ish.
Correct. Well, wait, is that for a long rest?
Well, so if
I thought it
Casimir
was
stayed
8.
up for 4 hours, I read for 2 hours.
Yep. But that you don't know how long Casimir was up before you were awoken.
Yeah, true.
I'm more asking because I need spell slots, and whether or not I have
You will have
those
spell slots.
definitely depends on what I do.
You will have spell slots. We'll treat it basically, for all intents and purposes, let's treat it as everyone's full health with spell slots, but you don't lose your exhaustion until you get a better night.
I like that.
I like that.
Why can't I get... I cannot there. I was like, I could not get Doctor Who off of Andar to save my life. All right.
Also, did I get that shot off?
You did. Which roll to hit for me. Roll NPCs.
Is it-
23.
So, wow. Is initiative disadvantaged?
Initiative is a disadvantage. Is considered an ability check.
Does 23 does 23 hit a
A
Doomby?
23 does hit a Doomby.
Cool.
It's a Doomby.
Wolf Doomby.
I mean, of course, but I just didn't want the confirmation.
Wouldn't be.
Stan, yours was 25.12. Holy shit. A disadvantage?
Bro.
Bravo.
Well, it's a straight roll for me because of the sickle.
Ah, fair.
I rolled a 20.
And then,
for me.
Alistair, did you roll?
Not yet, because I'm doing damage.
All right.
So,
And this
And
is
then-
silvered specifically.
yep, and I did 2 points of grit.
Okay.
So, D10s. So, I need a calculator. 23 points of silver damage.
All right. And then I need your initiative roll.
Initiative at disadvantage shit. 10. 10.19.
And
Why is it doing double?
all right. Which means that Sten, you are first up. You are prone. Everyone is starting prone because you guys were asleep except for Alistair.
I'll stand up.
Bumpkin.
It's just, well, it's just a Doomby. There's no
As
other
far as we know.
sea monsters that have arrived or wolves to
Nothing
echo
that
the
you're
call.
seeing.
Do. I'm gonna cast Bane. Well, is that a smart move? There's no way Wolf has high charisma, right? I'll cast Bane.
All right.
Needs
So
to make
it's,
a charisma saving throw.
The 15.
Fail.
All right. In that case, gonna use one of his legendary resistances to.
Okay.
Fuck!
All right, let's burn him
Save.
up. Let's burn him up. That's fine.
Do werewolves have different ability scores than their characters when in?
They're definitely stronger.
So.
Yep.
I'll admit it's a little funky because generally speaking, werewolves, by design as NPCs are designed mostly as a werewolf, and then their NPC thing, their like human form is pretty not very well represented in most D&D stuff. And PC werewolfdom is widely debated. This one is basically, I made it its own stat block considering the situation with Hewitt not being here specifically. So some of his attributes are influenced by a Doomby's attributes, but essentially it's a solo stat block with like touches of a Doomby sprinkled in.
Honestly, it also makes sense given the scene that just played.
So anyway, so he's uses legendary resistance to save.
Okay. Then I'll use Bardic Inspiration on Alistair because I saw him shoot him.
Okay.
So he looks the most ready. And then I'll just strafe around there.
Sounds good.
Oh, hold on. Let me make sure I have that. 5, 10, should be 20. I have 40. That works. Okay,
Cool.
all set.
Mim.
I'll cast Reduce on him. I'll try.
Okay. What's the save?
It is 15.
Con save.
Yeah, I don't know if werewolves have high con. But it's
That
fine.
is a 21.
He sucks. It's okay. Because I don't want to actually hurt him. Okay. Fuck. I'll get up, I guess. How tall is he?
He's standing a solid like 12 feet tall. Like this is a big boy. He could hold you up to your head in one hand. As
That's
Mim.
scary. Movement is halved if we get up, right?
Yes.
I'll fly up 50 feet? Because what's my... Yeah, 15 feet. That. Oh.
That's not right. Ignore that. There we go.
Say, Adumbi, stop this!
Anything else?
Nope, it's my turn.
Andar.
All right, I'm gonna get up,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna cast Wall of Force and a sphere around the werewolf.
Okay.
And look over to Alistair and say, what is going on?
From a hemispherical dome or sphere with a radius up to 10 feet, you can choose a flat surface. Each panel must be contiguous. On the wall is a quarter distinct. It lasts the duration. If the wall cuts through future space when it appears. The future is pushed to one side of the wall. Nothing can physically pass through the wall. It's immune to all damage. It can't be dispelled. A disintegrate spell destroys the wall instantly. Okay. And it lasts for 10 minutes.
Boy, I can hold him for a long explanation.
All right. Well, in that case, let me. Oh. We'll basically just say this is the sphere. Oh, not that one. Adunbi is now held in this sphere, and you watch as he's clawing and ripping.
Is it translucent? Or is it like a wall?
You can see through it.
Yes, it's translucent. It says. I think he
Dark
hears
created
through
a
it
zoo?
too.
Cannon?
What?
Nothing can physically pass through, but sound and sight and stuff. Alright. Casimir's unconscious. Alistair.
Okay, I'm going to kneel down and shoot directly where I just saw the person that was with me.
Okay. Roll the hit.
Is it a flat roll?
It would be a disadvantage for
if
invisibility.
invisible.
I'm checking something. But you don't have any disadvantage from your thing, right?
No, I wouldn't have disadvantage if he's close to me. It would be a straight shot if I know where he is.
Roll at disadvantage.
Okay. He's fucking it. 26 at disadvantage. 16, 19 plus 10.
Holy shit.
Let me check something.
You still have Bardic Inspiration. If that's not enough.
You know what? Fuck it.
Oh, nice.
No.
Let's fucking do it.
All right.
No. What?
All right, so you hit. Go for it.
All right, this is still silvered bolts because it's what I have equipped.
Mm-hmm.
Sten, does the Bardic Inspiration do extra stuff if I use it on the hit?
On attack, you roll it at advantage.
Okay. So I roll a dice at advantage?
Mm-hmm. Just the D8.
Got you. Cool.
Oh, wait. No, that's not right at all.
Okay, I'm holding.
Let me read my stuff.
This could be a very important shot.
No, on an attack roll, you roll it and it has to succeed a con save, or it takes that much thunder damage.
Okay. So using a point of grit. That's goddamn. Okay, cool. Plus D10. Fucking 3. 9. And then a D8, you said? So he'll need a con save.
He needs a con save.
He needs to beat a 16.
Okay.
Okay, so 16 silvered piercing.
He's gonna use legendary resistance as well. So he will save on that.
Okay, so then it does nothing, I'm guessing, Nick?
It just does no thunder damage. It still does your damage.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, 16 silvered piercing.
16 silvered piercing.
Then I will shoot again.
Okay.
For a 27 to hit.
To him.
Yep.
Okay. 27 will also hit.
For 14 silvered piercing. Action surge.
Okay.
I can use 4d6 at once. 1, 2, 3, 4. Casimir heals for 10 points.
Okay.
And I'm going to physically touch him because I'm kneeling down and like shake him.
All right. And that's what we'll do.
Adequate explanation, Andar?
I guess.
In the face of Strahd, I guess.
All right, hold on. Real quick, loading screen for a moment while I pull up this twist that I was not prepared for.
You were the chosen one.
Oh man, guys.
So was Casimir unconscious rolling, or was he sleeping, or trance?
So he was on watch last that you were.
Yeah, I was woken up. I'm not going to give extra until we get to a point where we can talk about it. But I saw him on the ground.
Gotcha.
So I have no fucking clue.
Also, I'm gonna say as a reaction,
Okay.
Strahd is going to cast. Sorry, I was not prepared for him to be included in this. So I'll be completely transparent. I just need to get spells.
So is
here we
Strahd
go.
now.
All right, there we go. As a reaction, Strahd's gonna cast Misty Step. And put himself.
Counterspell that.
You want to counterspell it?
I don't have it.
Okay. 30 feet this way.
You bitch, scaredy cat. Just kidding, he's not scared. It's fine.
I don't like that he gets a reaction Misty Step. I realize he's a big baddie, but that's scary.
That's scary, right? All right. Cool. Now I need to roll him into initiative. Fuck.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Although this will be a surprise round for him, so he won't get a turn here. Which brings us to Wolf Doonby, who is trapped. So
Do you get reaction in surprise round?
I think so. Well, let me check.
I don't know.
You can't move or take an action on your first turn of the combat, and you can't take a reaction till that turn ends. I stand corrected.
Hell yeah.
Get back here, bitch.
So he'll get that spell slot back, though.
Yeah, that's true. Whoopsie.
All right, cool. Wolf Doonby, being trapped, is instead going to howl.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck.
Everyone in that zone,
No.
including Strahd, has to make a wisdom save.
Oh, man.
Ooh, those aren't good.
Saves.
Are saving throws disadvantage? We're not at that point, right?
No.
No.
Okay.
I got a 14.
Yes. Yes.
16?
Save 20.
Oh,
Oh, Antar.
Okay, and then Casimir.
did Strahd roll?
Yep, he saved. So far, everyone's saved.
Except.
Except Casimir, which makes sense. So
Ugh.
we'll get rid of that. So Casimir is officially frightened of Wolf Doonby. Frightened. Cool. But that's all he can do because he's stuck. So that brings us to Irina, who is a little flabbergasted with what's going on. Is going to pull out a rapier and kind of try stand up and assess the situation and back away from the wall of force. Because she's disoriented, like waking up and looking around and figuring out what the fuck is happening. Sten, you're just outside the wall of force.
Okay.
Whoa!
Is
Sasha,
the internet
your
doing all
camera's
right?
freaking out.
Camera's freaking out? Oh, yeah, wow. Is it freaking out that for you guys like
We
that?
also
or-
had Ryan cut up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard him cutting up too. Is our internet having issues? Maybe?
I hope not.
We're in such an
Stream
important
still
moment.
looks solid. So.
I just look crazy.
That was weird. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Am I?
Okay.
Is it better?
Yep.
Yeah, it seems to
Good.
be better.
How tall is this wall? Of force.
Well, he's 12 feet tall. It can be. You can form a hemispherical dome or sphere with a radius of 10 feet. So it's a 20 foot. It can be up to 20 feet wide. So if it's just tall enough to contain him, it's about 12 feet tall and about 10 feet around.
And so I have corner to corner for me to Strahd, but it's a see-through wall. Would I know he's there?
Roll me. I don't know if you can see past a Doonby to him, to be honest, because the wall's see-through, but a Doonby's not, and a Doonby's big. So I'll leave it up to you. I'm open to either. What would you like?
What would I like?
Yeah.
I'd want to know the whole story.
Well, let's put it this way.
'cause I did
Let's do this.
Explanation enough for you?
Yeah, he shot. You would hear the crossbow bolt, and you would not see it hitting the wall, and then you hear explanation enough for you, so you know something's over there.
Okay. So then I guess I'll just march around here. Alistair, what in the world is... And then I guess I'll panic Bane.
Okay.
And since I can see both of them, I'll do both of them.
Okay. It's con save or no, charisma save.
Charisma save, yeah.
Charisma save. Oh!
Fail.
I'll let that one.
Okay.
All right. So curse, and then this one.
Ah, damn. Oh, plus 9.
Yeah, damn.
Well, we got good information. Okay, so I'm I'm concentrating, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I really should have read my stuff. I'm sorry.
You're all good.
To be fair, none of us expected to be fighting fucking Strahd.
What is he doing right now, Strahd?
Right now he is
Where's his attention
glaring at Alistair.
Alistair. Okay. And now, is it like a disappointed parent glare, or is it what have you done to my precious glare?
Let's put it this way. Every time you've seen Strahd up to this point, he's been very composed. He's been kind of coy, glowering a little bit. Right now, his face, heat is almost coming off him. His glare is so intense that there are his jaw is curled down, and you can see the fangs extending from his upper jaw, and his hair almost seems to be bristling behind him as he is shoulders down, just I'm at a loss for words, literally just glaring Alistair down.
Okay. Then I will definitely step in front of him. And then I'll whisper another bardic inspiration to Alistair. How's your neck? Are you scared of those two little specks?
Hold on, what did you say specifically?
How's your neck? Are you scared of those two little specks?
Oh, to Alistair. Okay.
Because he's a poetry bard. That's his bardic inspiration.
Okay. That's all I've got.
All right. And excuse me, I'm wearing a spooky shirt. Thank you.
I'm wearing hopeful.
Oh.
Live!
Let's go. Sometimes you gotta manifest, you know? All right.
This is very spoopy, though. Also, I realized we didn't even have Strahd on our character list, our key characters, so he's at the top.
And
what do we know about him?
Mad.
And then Misty Step as a reaction.
Mim, it is your turn.
No, I don't know. Wait, where is he now? Oh, he's still there. Okay. I had a whole bunch of turns to plan, and I didn't plan. I just panicked.
I feel it.
I'm gonna. Is it a bonus action to throw something, like if I open something and splash it at that someone? Is it a bonus action?
I think a throw attack is an action.
Throw attacks are actions, yes.
Okay. Action. I wanted to test something, but I don't know if now's the time to test it. If I go here. Hold on. Shadow Blade is a. Sorry, hold on.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
If I cast Shadow Blade, is it a bonus action? Because I know I drop it or throw it, I can resummon it or whatever as a bonus action. But
I'm sorry. Repeat your question because I was multitasking.
sorry, Shadow Blade. Is the initial cast an action or a bonus action? That's what I've been confused with.
The initial cast of Shadow Blade is a bonus action to cast.
Okay. But it's cast, but I don't use it unless I use my action to attack.
Correct. You cast it with your bonus action. You use your action to attack with it, if that was what you wanted to do.
That's fine. I'm gonna use my action, and I'm gonna take out a vial of river water that I have, that I've had forever, and I'm just gonna open it and throw it at him and see if that does anything. This is my chance to test.
That's so sad.
Hello?
Yep. Go for it.
Oh, okay. How do I do that?
How do you? I'm sorry. I'm behind the scenes, like including Strahd in the fight and prepping. I need you
No,
to.
that's fine. Okay.
D20 plus proficiency, I think.
For what specifically?
Throwing
I have
Dex.
I have a vial of river water.
Yes.
Wanna
And you're throwing it at him.
splash? Like how to either?
It would
Yeah.
be an improvised
whatever.
weapon. So an improvised
Oh.
weapon. Any object you can throw with one or two hands, or use with one or two hands. So it would be you would throw it with. It would by default be strength, but you would use your strength to roll. You add your strength modifier, and then it would deal 1d4 damage if it hit. Range of 20 feet.
Okay. I don't want to. Can I change that then?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to attack him with my silver short sword. That's what I'll do. Instead.
Okay.
Oh, target's 25 feet away. Range is what? Who do I have selected? Oh, how do I unselect target?
There you go. You just
There we
did.
go. I did it. Okay. We're gonna try that. See if I can do it. I can attack. I have advantage because I'm on the other side. He's flanked.
Oh.
15.
A 15 to hit does not hit.
Yeah. I'm not doing too hot.
So you buzz behind him and you pull out your short sword and you take a swing, and he turns and he grasps your short sword in his hand and gets face to face with you.
How dare you!
Doesn't like him small, I see. Good to know.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Up this close, you can see his fangs are extending.
I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. I'm gonna die here. I don't. Okay. I'm debating because I have a silver short sword and I want to cast Shadow Blade, but I don't know if that's gonna do any damage versus like silver. What do we know? What do I know about? What have we learned about his immunities? Or what hurts him?
You guys know standard vampire stuff. So, running water's
water.
bad, holy water's bad, sunlight's bad,
Yeah.
stake in the heart is bad.
But I'm assuming psychic damage is not bad. Target isn't in my blah blah blah. I don't. That's my turn.
All right, Andar.
I'm gonna move this way a touch and cast Mage Armor on myself.
All right. Also, you're concentrating on Wall of Force, correct?
Yes.
Cool. Which brings us to our boy.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
So. 10 foot.
Neat.
Yep, that's what he's gonna do. All right.
What?
He is going to use Circle of Sickness and a Sphere of Energy within a 10-foot radius appears around him, which should hit. I think it also hits Alistair here.
10-foot radiuses suck, so I don't think it does.
Oh, then maybe not. Honestly, in that case, let's see. He doesn't give a shit about Mim. He's gonna move first.
What happened to Casimir?
And do I get an attack?
Oh, he's after. Never mind.
Yeah, he's after. Because he was unconscious.
You would.
You get attack of opportunity.
And it's just a normal.
Just a normal attack of opportunity.
Okay. Did it? Oh, it won't let me because he's far
You're
away
pretending
from
it's
me.
an action game.
Okay, hold up.
Hey, Platinum. Apologies
what have
for
you
the limited chat interaction. We exclamation point D&D gives details, but hi. Also, Fleur, hello. All right, that does not hit.
Yep.
So, I need everyone in that circle to roll a con save.
I'm not in the circle at this
You
point.
are not in the circle.
Okay.
Natural 20 for a 28.
Okay.
21.
21. All right, so you two save.
Oh, Alistair, you get temporary HP if you use the Bardic Inspiration.
You know what? There's a big mad vampire man after me. Okay.
So you two will take half of this.
Oh God.
But Casimir takes 27 points. At which point
Oh, bye, Casimir.
Oh, he was at 10. Yeah. Whoops.
he was unconscious non-lethal. Now he's unconscious lethal. All right, so he is down. And you two each take 14 points.
Oh, not 15, 14.
What'd you roll? Did you use the Bardic Inspiration?
Yes, I rolled a 4.
So you would get 8.
Sweet. Let me undo what I just did.
So you just take 6 total.
Thank you.
And that was his bonus action. For his main action, he is going to multi-attack. And lay into Alistair. Actually, here's what he's going to do. He's going to mix it up. He's going to use telekinetic grasp on Alistair. So, Alistair, you need a strength saving throw.
11.
All right, that's a fail.
Oh my God.
You are risen 20 feet in the air
Whoa.
as Strahd raises his hand and your body goes stiff as you're physically risen up in the air and you are suspended there. You filthy worm! And you will take... 8 necrotic.
4 necrotic.
4 necrotic, and you're restrained.
And restrained.
He then turns, and for getting in between him and his target, he's going to slash at Sten.
Hits.
So that's going to be...
Trying to hit.
This is... Hold on, that's not... I need to do something. Honestly, I'll just use the in thing 220. So it is what to hit? So we'll just do this.
On the plus side, we're now all very clear on how we feel about Strahd.
Think so, yeah.
Back into that corner.
Does it say?
It doesn't matter, it hits.
Doesn't matter, it hits? Okay, cool. I need a con save from you.
It was a 19 to hit.
Is that before or after damage?
It is when hit, you make a con save.
Okay.
So I would say before.
18?
All right, that's a fail.
Damn.
You are dazed until the start of his next turn, so you can either move or take an action, but not both. You also lose your bonus
DC's higher than
reaction.
18.
You
Okay.
you do not gain reactions or bonus actions either. So we'll just do... I don't see dazed here, so we'll just do... We'll do stun. That'll work. And then you... Where is the
How long
vampire?
does that last?
Do I take damage from that too? Or just...
I'm checking.
You just... kerplonked me. God, that is a high save, man. Damn.
It's really scary.
At least a 19? That's so many.
Yeah, you rolled an 18, right?
Uh-huh.
Love it. Cool.
Sorry, guys, I could have let him go, but my morals have changed. I have a soul now.
Sorry.
I was gonna sing Running Up That Hill to Alistair.
Now we'll never see it, damn.
Here it is. That's why. Okay. You take... ...3d6 necrotic. So that is 8 necrotic.
Okay. And a natural one on my con save, so Bane drops.
Copy that. Do. Oh. So basically, he swipes down, and his hand becomes wreathed in shadow and darkness, and he claws into you, and you feel life force leaving your body and rush over him, and his skin almost turns slightly more taut, and he kind of breathes in the energy from you. But that is his turn, which brings us to Casimir, who's gonna make a save. I should make those private, but there we go. Alistair, you are restrained.
Yes. Disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Fuck.
You cannot move, and everything is advantage on you, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls and dex saves. You're also 20 feet in the air.
I have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Restrained. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Cool. Well, fuck you, Strahd.
I think his feelings are the same.
Casimir is up at 5 hit points.
All right.
Healing light. What were you? Are you a bonus action? You are a bonus action. Action. Fuck you, Strahd. And I'm throwing frisbees at him.
Okay.
Disadvantage. Shit. One misses with a 12.
Okay.
16?
16 does hit.
Hey, yo. 9 force damage.
9 force damage. All right.
That's my turn.
Wolf Doonby is still stuck. Rolling for recharge. Okay.
That wall is very used.
Yeah, you don't
Literally
have another
can't
one of those
move.
in your back pocket, do you?
Do
Oh, I
it.
sure don't.
Irina, who is not happy with the events of right now. I'll be 5, 10, 15, 20, and she's gonna go for him.
She could just be like, don't hurt my friends, I'll go with you if you want. You just don't hurt them.
Oh god, that's worse.
All right. He's gonna take 8. She stabs into him, and he looks at the blade and looks at her, and you see his entire figure become like hunched, and he starts breathing heavy, and he turns up to Alistair. You've turned it against me, and he lets it go, and you fall 20 feet.
Yay! Good. I'm free.
You're gonna
Everything's
take
fine now.
2d6, or 2d6.
God, I wish I was a monk. All right.
I wish I had reactions.
So that'll be 4 fall damage as you go prone. Casimir. No, that's not Casimir. That's Sten.
Okay. So do I make a save or something, or just the condition ends at the end of my turn?
The condition ends at the end. Let me see. At the start of Strahd's turn, the condition ends.
Wait, so
So you can either move or you can take an action, but you cannot do both. So would you like to move or would you like to do an action?
I'm gonna take an action. We're going to. I guess I look at the crew and I go, "This is how it's supposed to be," and I fly away with Strahd. He's just still lasered in on Alistair.
He seems to be particularly mad at Alistair, but you do notice him glancing around. He's taking stock.
God, I don't have anything that wouldn't hurt everybody else. So I guess I'll just do animated weapon, or animating performance.
Okay.
On the sword that I have. I'll put it in front of me to the right. Right here.
Right. Hold on, real quick. Do that again. Reginald the Magic Sword.
Reginald. Lovely. Okay, that's all I can do, and then it acts at the end of my turn, which I'm double checking. Here's an initiative. Okay, sweet. But because I can't do anything, it has to take the dodge action.
Okay.
That's it.
Question, can you see there to put that there? Or would you have to put it here?
Well, it's like clipped to my right side. I'm just throwing it out and go, be magic.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which brings us to Mim.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade. And attack. Finish. Does a 26 hit?
A 26 does hit.
Normal. 8 psychic.
8 psychic.
And can do. Where is it? Uh, 14. Is my sneak attack psychic? I know we talked about this before, or is it my normal? Because it turns my silver.
It's all 1 damage.
Yes,
that it
it's
does.
whatever.
Okay.
So it's whatever your weapon is that you're using for it.
Okay. And can I take notice of like, does it actually seem to hurt him, or does he not hurt him, do anything?
How much? Hold on. How much damage was the second one? 14.
Yeah.
Yes, it does appear to actually hurt him.
And that's my turn.
All right.
It's a little less damage than but I will survive.
Hold on. That brings us to. Sorry, I am catching up on spells. Cool. That brings us to Andar.
Can I see Strahd from where I am?
It appears not, based off of your character. Now you can.
I'll just shoot a firebolt at him.
Okay.
$23 to hit.
That'll hit.
A whopping 8 fire damage.
Great fire. Which is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay. He is going to take a deep breath
Oh no.
and attempt to calm himself. And as the firebolt hits him, you see this kind of coy smile come across his face, and he is going to reaction Misty Step. Putting himself right next to Andar.
Oh fuck.
At which point it becomes his turn. And 2. He. To. He's honestly just gonna lay into Andar here. So he is going to multi-attack with Vampiric Touch.
Ew.
So do. That's a 2. Hold on, let me see what he adds to that. I don't think it's gonna be enough, actually. Ironically.
If that's enough, we're in trouble.
What's the spell attack? That'll be a 12.
Mm-mm.
Okay. The first one misses. The second one is a unnatural 20.
And silvery barbs.
Okay.
How do I let me yes, silvery barbs. I will.
Is he multi-attacking with Vampiric Touch?
Yes, he is.
You can't multi-attack with the spell action.
You'd be correct. But Strahd uses Vampiric Touch twice, or Vampiric Touch and Telekinesis once each.
Jesus, okay.
Oh, is
I'm
that
gonna
a
give him-
spell?
It is.
Andar has the inspiration.
That's 23.
I'll
I presume that hit.
counterspell it.
You counterspell it. Okay.
I'd really like to not lose my concentration.
Yeah, that would be real.
That makes sense. So, counterspell. You tempt if the creature's casting a spell of 3rd or lower. It is 3rd or lower. Oh, but he's mad at that. So the first one misses as it glances off your mage armor. He squints and realizes you have mage armor and comes swinging in. Mims throws out a silvery barb to try and pull out of the way, and he takes the momentum and actually uses it to try and pile drive further. It meets with the mage armor, and Rise of Outspeg through you counterspell it. So his hand goes glancing off the mage armor, and in a fury, he bonus action.
I'll leave a multi. Never mind. It's fine. This thing's great.
Yep, he's multi-attack action, so he got 2 vampiric touches, and then bonus action, he is gonna cast lightning bolt.
Good thing we're safe, Alistair, right?
So where is?
I barely
Yeah.
touched him.
He gets a bonus action level spell. He's casting 2 spells in one turn.
Yes, he is.
2 level spell. Well, cantrip.
Is it a
he's
cantrip?
going to?
The whatever touches a cantrip.
Oh,
This is the wrong direction, but essentially this way.
Oh, cool effect though.
So
that is.
deck save from you, Andar.
Has to beat advantage too.
We banned Strahd's account for speeding. I am going off of a stat block.
Is it?
I
Do I
said-
have advantage?
You have your next D20 roll has to beat advantage from
Yeah.
silver
I said
bars.
inspiration. I meant advantage.
Here, there, that's better. That's not going to be enough. So you take
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
32
okay.
lightning damage.
There, that's a lot of lightning
Listen.
damage.
You can hit Andar. Don't take Doctor Who from us, you bastard!
Well, I never asked, was Doctor Who present? Because I just moved Doctor Who there.
I always kind of forget about him in combat?
Well, I'm less about combat and more about like when you guys were resting. Was he there?
Yeah, he would have been.
Okay, so I just moved him out of the way for ease's sake. But
All right, good. Sorry.
You can
Endo.
still make the save though, so that's good. It's possible.
so you take 32,
Yep.
and then so now you need to. What is it? 16 that you have to make con save.
Con save.
Yep, for your concentration.
Cool.
Oh,
You
bummer.
watch as the wall of force fades,
No.
and Wolf Doomby roars, and Strahd smiles.
Strahd, I hate it.
Casimir is up. Gets up from prone.
Does he have counterspell?
He does.
Would he have helped Andar out?
Yeah, would he have helped Andar?
He's coming out of unconsciousness, so I would say just like he probably wouldn't have the reflexes at that given moment.
That's a video game rule.
But what he will do is he's gonna cast this one big bad spell in hopes of getting everybody but Andar, which he can do. So he's gonna fire a cone of cold in that direction.
Whoo! Whoo! It's a little chilly. Fuck!
Both for you and for Andar. It's like right in front of both of you. All right. He's fine. He's gonna use one of his legendary resistances.
We got one left.
So he'll be fine. And then that does... It takes half as much on a successful save. Blah, blah, blah. $35 to both. So got it.
Does that last, or is it instant?
It is an instant, so I'll get rid of it now. Do. So he casts Cone of Cold. It manages to hit both. Oh wait, that was half. Sorry. So it'd be 18. Okay. Cool. That is, he'll take a couple steps back, 5, 10, 15. That is his turn. Alistair, you're prone. There's a giant wolf man standing above you.
Doonby, I suggest you remember who your friends are and remove Strahd from the board. I'm casting suggestion on him.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's a wisdom save?
Wisdom save, 16.
Okay. So let me pull up suggestion. Suggest a course of activity and magic influence security that you can hear and understand you. Oh, but wait, hold on.
No. It works perfectly, you say.
Immune
The werewolves
to
before.
charmed.
Damn. All right.
Creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect. So you speak at him, and at first you think that it resonates, and you think that he might have heard you, and instead he just turns his eyes to you and roars and spit sprays all over your face.
Cool. Bonus action Misty Step.
Nice. Smart cookie.
To there.
Got it? Cool.
Strahd? Sorry.
Also, can you remove prone from me?
Yes.
Because it's like weirdly under the chat box right now.
No more prone.
Thank you.
Cool. Now your turn?
Yes. Also, it says I'm still 20 feet in the air.
That's true. I can fix that.
As fun as that would be, I'd like to be on the floor.
There. All right, which brings us to Wolf Doonby,
Nah, I don't.
who is free and angry. And he roared at Alistair, who vanished, and now there's a rabbit behind that Alistair.
Has he retained his levels of exhaustion?
He only had one, and he slept it off when you guys all lost your one.
Thought he had more than that. Damn. Okay.
He charges forward.
Did I use my reaction this round or the round before?
You used it this round for Strahd. For
Andar.
barbed, yes. All right, he is going to multi-attack, which is 2 with claws and 1 for the bite. And it is a full moon. $23 to hit.
Yeah, he can't miss.
He can't miss. All right, so then it's 2 claw attacks. 17.
Okay.
I have to roll attack before rolling damage.
You can
He
roll
could crit
a 1.
one,
So, I
that's
mean,
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he hasn't rolled a 1 in almost the whole campaign.
It's not even my dice anymore.
But you're still rolling them.
13. And then a bite.
Jesus fucking
Hold on,
Christ.
hold on. It's adding 3 too many. Please hold.
Well,
And were any of those numbers higher than 3? Within 3?
I have a 13 AC.
Okay.
You have a plus 11 to hit.
Well, there's the
Also, isn't Wolf Doomby baned?
I
No,
lost
I lost
concentration on the
Gotcha.
on the vampiric touch.
Okay, I found out what was doing it. That's fixed. Okay. But so that is a 29. I need a con save. You take 20 damage.
you can be dead just by this one attack.
And then it gets one
Alright, well,
and then it gets one more
fell
claw
off the
attack.
board. 23.
23. Okay.
He's 4 attacks.
It says for multi-attack,
I thought you said
makes
2
3
claws.
attacks, 2 with its claws and 1 with its bite. During a full moon, it gets another
Yeah.
claw.
Oh, you've already done 2 claws.
I've done 2 claws. Well, so it's 2 claws and,
And a
a bite, and then during it can then make another claw.
Oh.
But it's a
he
1.
misses.
That one missed.
Nice.
So Wolf Doomby
Dang.
charges up on
red like
Sten
moon.
and starts slashing into Sten's fur and bites down, and you just watch as he's just tearing into Sten
Yeah.
in a fury.
I want to talk to some astrologists here. We had a full moon 2 nights ago and last night. It's crazy.
It's great.
Irina is going to try and help Sten. Gonna rush up use Coordinated Strike in order to get advantage on Wolf Doonby for the next person who attacks Wolf Doonby. And she is going to attack with her rapier. $16 is not enough. So she will miss, but the next person gets advantage on Wolf Doonby. Sten.
Can't see Strahd. Oh. Actually, from here I can. I'm clicking on my character and he's highlighted.
Yes. You can see him from there.
Okay, then I will stay here. I will cast Bane on the both of them again.
Okay.
Why not? Burn those resistances. Charisma 16 is what they need.
Okay.
Bane gives them
He's
disadvantage.
okay.
Just minus a
Barely.
d4.
And he's okay.
Then bonus action, because the sword can share my bonus action on commands. If I do Bardic Inspiration, I will give my Bardic Inspiration to Andar, because I saw the lightning bolt. That's gotta suck. Can't think of anything that rhymes. So go be unstuck. And so you get a D8, and my sword will walk over. Now the help, that only gives me or anyone who attacks.
Anyone, the next attack gets advantage on Wolf Doonby, so it'll be advantage for the sword.
Okay. I'll bring you up the stat block. That is 2 6s, which is a total of 14 misses.
14 misses.
I lost my die. I'm done.
All right. You do notice that this close up, you notice that Wolf Doonby's wounds are healing.
No, fuck.
Are they glowing red like the moon?
Sure.
Good for him.
Mim.
No. I don't. This is great. Great. I'm going to move here, and then can I go here? Nope. Okay. Oh my god, I would like it if my freaking character would move. Is this... What's the, How do I get on the other side of Sten?
Yeah, so here works or here works if you're going for flanking.
Yeah. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I have advantage anyway, but at least I'll give them advantage. That's cool. So I moved. Where's the thing I need? I need to go. Okay. Oh, I forgot I had Booming Blade. Okay, I'll do that next. I will attack Wolf Doonby.
Yep.
$20.
That'll hit.
Why is it only 1d6?
All right.
Wait.
That's just for the base sword. You're using a base short sword.
Yeah,
It should be
but it should
24
be my-
also to hit.
Yep.
It's not counting your proficiency bonus. but it should be.
What?
Oh,
Weird. Well, I'm also using my Shadow Blade. I forgot I should be attacking with my Shadow. Not my normal base. So don't do the 11. I'm sorry. I think it's...
I have made it so that it is efficient for her.
Hold on. Should I keep... Okay, hold on. Ignore that for a moment. This is what I need. Still 11. Okay, 11 damage. Yeah, and
Well,
then...
so wait, are you using the Shadow Blade or using the short sword?
It's the Shadow Blade. I have the Shadow Blade is... I think my short sword becomes the Shadow Blade, and I've had Shadow Blade.
No, you
I
summon
said-
the Shadow Blades. The Shadow Blades are like little daggers that you summon from Shadow.
But
The
it
silver short sword is a short sword. So you're either using the sword or you're using a blade made of shadow. It's not enhancing. Shadow Blade, you weave together threads of shadow to create a sword in your
I'm
hand.
reading it. No, I'm using the Shadow Blade.
Okay.
And so I did this thing. So it's 11 psychic damage and 11 plus 16, so 27.
Okay. I will point out to you that he seems to react worse to the short sword than to the Shadow Blade.
I figured it's silver. That's fine. I just try it. That's my turn. Yeah.
Sten, you're no longer concentrating, are you? Oh, he's gone. Cool.
Ooh, actually,
I'm trying to find my dice is rolling well.
never mind. That is me.
Okay. Andar.
I will bonus action Misty Step.
Cool.
Move 5, 10. Just kidding.
Oop. Nope.
Can you cast ritual spells as not rituals?
I don't believe so.
No. Damn. Gone forever. Oh, I'm dumb. I already picked it up. I've been looking this whole time.
Oh no, you cannot cast rituals as non-rituals. But some of them, if they have the ritual tag, they can be cast as rituals or they can be regular cast. It depends. You have to look.
What differentiates that?
Let me... Ritual...
Because, like, I don't want to cast Tiny Hut, but for example, Tiny Hut has spell usage as 1 minute, and then the ritual just adds 10 minutes to...
So a ritual spell can be cast following the normal rules for spell casting, or the spell can be cast as a ritual. The ritual version takes 10 minutes longer to cast than normal. It doesn't expend a spell slot, which means that the ritual version can't be cast at a higher level. So if you cast a ritual spell, it doesn't do the spell slot, but it takes the full time of 10 minutes. If you do it normally and you just cast it, it does whatever the normal cast time is, but it does
Does
hit the
take a spell slot.
Correct. So it essentially makes the spell free for trading it for a time commitment.
Okay, I am instead gonna Misty Step over here from where I was.
Cool. You should
I
be
think
able to still
that's
make that. Yep.
30. Yeah. And then gonna move one over here.
Cool. Anything else?
No, I'm gonna stay back here. No, that's it.
Cool. Strahd is gonna look around, smile to himself.
Nope, nope, nope.
You motherfucker.
It appears you have plenty to deal with. And he looks straight at Alistair. I promise you, I will be back. Because now, this is personal. And he
Hopefully with
vanishes.
bigger guns.
You what?
How does he vanish? What exactly does it look like?
It is a spell. He is casting invisibility. That brings us to Casimir. Casimir.
No counter spell from Casimir on invisibility
If
now
you
that he
would-
has senses.
If you would want him to, you could shout it out to him, but he's focused on the wolf. But you could shout it out to him. You could say, hey, like, counterspell it, and he could do it.
I'll just yell he's getting away.
Okay. Let me ask point blank. Do you want him to counterspell this? Because he can do that.
I want to fucking kill this guy. We all want to kill
But
this
do
guy
you want him
character-wise.
counterspelled here? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Then in that case, Casimir. Who's everyone's near? Gonna put mage armor on himself. That's what he's gonna do. All right. And then does he have any bonus action spells? Not really. All right. He's gonna cast mage armor, and he's gonna reposition to get a straight shot. Alistair.
How many sizes larger than me is a Doombee currently?
He is considered large.
Cool. What can I move to? Not that. Yay, exhaustion. It fucking hurts, Mim.
That's okay. I have uncanny dodge, maybe, as a uncanny dodge.
It's my AoE. It would deal damage to you.
No. Is it your light one or which one? What
Yeah.
is it? But it's
I don't need to do it yet. I'm just going to move here
well. Can I still?
and take 2 shots at a Doombee.
Yep. Keep track of
don't
your
I-
silver bolt.
Yep. 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
15 to hit for the second one.
That'll not hit.
Okay.
Mim, what were you gonna say?
Isn't there a feature that I have that I have evasion? Is that what I'm thinking of? Them don't sneak with blah, blah, blah. We have certain effects such as
5
Yes,
silver
evasion.
piercing.
Evasion is for
Okay,
AoEs.
it's not a dex saving throw.
No, you just take the damage.
Take the damage, even if I have uncanny dodge.
Yep.
Okay.
It's good, but it can hurt allies too. That's the drawback.
Yeah. But also.
How much damage did you say, Alistair?
5 silver piercing.
5. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Right. Irina is going to take advantage of the flank. Do another coordinated strike with a rapier. Time at advantage. That will hit. Is going to do 18 piercing. That is her turn. Then.
Skip Wolf Doomby.
Did I see? Oh, I did skip Wolf Doomby. Fuck. Thank you.
You can't hit me.
Let's see. Who hit him last before what would have been his turn?
In turn order, it would have been me.
Been you.
Oh.
All right.
But I'm a delicious rabbit. That's how we've been playing it. Eat me.
I mean, you were a delicious rabbit, but he's driven by pain. So he's gonna turn and head to Alistair, which gives you
All three
and
of us.
Irina
And the
attack
sword.
and the sword. True. Attacks of opportunity. That's not enough.
For me, I can't get up to a 16. I get a 14.
Nope.
For the sword, golly, 13.
All right. So all of you miss as he dashes towards.
Wait, who attacks first? Because next attack has advantage from Irina, who
That's
hasn't gone yet.
valid.
Who actually hasn't gone yet. Never mind.
Wait,
Who
what?
hasn't gone yet? You're correct.
Yeah.
So we'll just have her end here on her turn and do all that. But anyway, for Alistair, be prepared. You are taking 4 hits. 28 to hit
Yep.
for 12 slashing. $26 to hit
Yep.
for 13 slashing. A 20 to hit, unnatural,
Okay.
for 22 piercing, and I need a con save. And last but
Fuck it,
not
we'll
least,
roll it in here.
does a 15 hit?
No.
Okay, so you save on the bite, and you manage to, it manages to glance across your armor for its last blow. Now, be Irina, all that stuff happens. And then it goes to Stead.
Man. How you feeling, Alistair?
Low but not terrible.
Okay, then I will cast Cure Wounds on myself because I'm in single digits.
Yep.
We'll do 4th level. Why not? Well, I mean, he did 70 points of damage in a turn.
He's a scary boy.
1, 2, 3. Where are my There we go. 4.
Why is what?
I was like, how is Irina's max HP still at 49?
10.
All of you spec'd into con.
Yeah,
You are a
ironically,
beefy con. You are a beefy party.
she's like correct average HP.
No.
But you guys are
Because I
all like,
thought the same
Barovia is
thing and
scary.
looked it up.
We're gonna go
Yeah.
spec into con to make sure that we get health.
But also, thank God we did. Otherwise, all of these would have party wiped us.
Yup.
Um.
But you think she would learn by now, you know?
Okay, Anders going. I'm gonna give my last Bardic Inspiration to Mim.
Ooh.
And then Sir Reginald is going to attack.
Oh, Sir Reginald.
Attack.
So it'll be an advantage.
Okay. Kapow. Neat. A 25.
25 does hit.
Oop, D10. Nice. 1 plus 5 force damage.
5 force damage.
That's it.
All right. Mim.
Okay, I'm using my silver short sword, okay?
Yep.
I've learned. But I am going to cast Booming Blade with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's, I have to, hold on, sorry. Do I have to hit with my short sword first?
Yes, it's on the hit, I believe.
Okay. Come on. Mother... Does I can't... 24 hit.
A 24 does hit.
Also, is it your advantage, Sten, is on attack, or what's your thing?
Bardic Inspiration is you get a D8 to use for any roll that you are making.
Even damage?
No, any D20 roll that you're making. I should be more
But if you
specific.
use it and you've already hit, it deals extra to your damage roll. So like even though you've already hit, you can still use it
Yeah.
to then
What is
buff
it?
your damage, maybe.
Just to possibly get it to what?
Like
adds-
what would it do if she hit with it, Nick?
On attack rolls, you get an extra bit of thunder damage if it fails
Oh.
a save.
If it fails a save.
So you could throw it on and just roll a d8 just to see if you do some extra damage.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so roll 1d8.
I'm doing it.
And then it's a con save, right?
Yeah. Which it has monstrous benefit to.
That's a
Oh, nice.
So now on?
So it takes.
But-
You rolled it 2, right?
Yeah.
No bonuses yet, just 2 thunder damage.
Yep. So it takes 2
Cool.
thunder.
And you can choose Alistair, my sword, or Irina to also take that damage.
I can choose, but don't have to, right?
Yeah, it's within 5 feet of whoever you're attacking.
That's fun. Neat. All right. Damage. Normal. So 6 silvered piercing plus
11 silver piercing.
11. Sorry. I read 1d6 and my brain was like, and then the
What the
dice
fuck?
too. Okay.
Sorry.
Stop it. That's not fair. Okay. Then with Blooming Blade on level, 5th level, an extra 1d8 damage to target. So, okay, come on. Damage, normal. So it takes 1d8 now, plus the 11, so 19. Or no, that's different because it's thunder. Sorry. There's 2 thunder from Sten.
Mm-hmm.
8 thunder from me, and if it moves more than 5 feet, it's going to take more damage. And it takes my 11 slashing plus my sneak attack. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Too many. I can't get. Okay, here.
So it can't, if it moves, it takes more damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here, we'll do it right there.
Nice.
18 sneak attack.
39
my
in a
silver
turn.
short.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. I don't know why. it wasn't
Silvered
working.
bigs, too.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a perception check real quick.
Attribute. Here's my perception. Why can't I find? It's in alphabetical order, and I still suck. Normal.
It'll be a disadvantage, though, because it's a skill check.
Okay, fine.
Same number.
Same number. You notice that as you slice into it with your silvered blade, its wounds stop closing.
Where's my claw?
That's your turn.
Like, yeah, but the wounds that I made stop closing, or
It's
just like
in general.
any wounds? Okay.
It's gonna use a legendary action before Andar. It's going to frenzy at Mim, which gives it a claw attack and then a bite attack.
I'm gonna start of your next.
The 15
I mean, if you-
hit.
No.
Okay. And you're gonna what?
Nope. Go ahead. Doesn't matter. You
And
can
then
still
the
do
second one.
it.
Does a 23 hit?
Yeah.
I need a con save.
I'd like that not be a thing. Con.
And you
And
take
it's-
16 slashing.
And is
Or
it
piercing,
at?
sorry.
Okay, wait, hold on. Sorry.
The
Con
save
save.
is not at disadvantage. Con save and you take 16 damage piercing.
I don't take 6.
Noted.
And then I actually take the half of it, right? These use an attack. Yeah. Okay. So 8. Cool. All right. Love that.
Cool. You watch as the werewolf bites down and takes a chunk of Mim's leg, and she cries out in pain. Andar,
Stop it!
is your turn.
I'm gonna cast Vortex Warp on the werewolf.
All right. Where to?
Women pool.
Well, it's a con save
Okay.
against a 17, so maybe nowhere.
Okay, it's
Definitely
going.
somewhere.
Definitely somewhere.
Right there, next to the little break in the ice.
All right.
Oh.
Can you do it
Um,
in the air so that way it impacts?
It has to be on a surface that the target doesn't have to squeeze into.
Real quick, ping
Alright.
for me exactly where you want it again. Cool. That didn't. That should work. I think it's just because that's the one Mim triggered. Hold on, let me trigger it. How do I reset this? Manually trigger. You watch as Andar sends Vortex warps the wolf, and it appears over the lake, and the lake immediately cracks underneath it, and it goes tumbling into the water. It is now freezing. And it is stuck in the water. It also needs to make a con save. Okay.
Above table, quick question. When we fought the werewolves before
Uh-huh.
and we downed any, did they turn back into their human form, or were they dead or downed as werewolf?
They usually, as they died, they turned back into their human form.
I died, not like
They were dead.
down.
Andar, you have Vortex Warp. Is there anything else you'd like to do this turn?
I'll turn back to everyone and say, I imagine that'll keep him busy for a while if we just want to leave.
Question: does Booming Blade
that's
do
it.
damage on that movement, or is it not because of
I
force
think
movement?
force movement would not count it.
Yeah.
But I do think that that template would go with him because it's technically on him. So I'm moving it to that.
East and booming energy. Yeah, if the target willingly moves 5 feet.
So.
Did you call out a Doonby earlier? Did you call the werewolf a Doonby? Yeah, Alistair?
He did.
Yes. When I suggested.
Correct.
Damn it.
Andar, that's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Casimir will hold a firebolt. Actually, you can only move here. We'll hold a
Kill.
firebolt.
He's still frightened. He can't get closer.
No, he went
down.
unconscious. Which
Unconscious
would have ended
doesn't drop it.
Oh,
I
it
just
doesn't
looked it
drop
up
it.
before. No. I looked it up beforehand.
I appreciate that. So
Yeah.
then
I feel like it was more of a lateral movement.
Well, he can't-
I'll just move
He
him
could,
here.
he could be
instead.
there. Yeah.
But he's gonna hold the firebolt if he can reach that. Is that within 120?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's like 90.
Cool.
Damn it.
Alistair.
It's not a regular moon. Strahd made it happen. I'm just gonna walk forward. If he, I'll hold a spell attack. So I'm concentrating.
Sounds good. He. This is an interesting predicament. Let me check one thing.
That was for Shadowblade. I forgot. Trading.
Okay. Give me just a quick sec while I'm checking a thing. What? Here we go. Cool.
What was the last update on the sword, Alistair, that you still need to cast light, or can you do it without cast?
I can't. Irina can.
Irina can. And you have it, or Irina? You have it.
Yeah. I could not decide if I wanted to pull it out while Strahd was standing in front of us.
Yeah, no, that's very, very.
All right. Do. I'm just checking some of the stuff about the water. Cool. All right. So he is going to attempt what a dex, basically a dex check to get out at disadvantage. He's gonna get out. That will trigger the booming blade's damage.
2d8 thunder, I think. That's increases by 1d. 11.
And then that ice collapses as well. And he falls back
because
in.
the thunder damage.
Do that a little bit. There you go. Okay, so he clambers out. 12 damage. Thunder.
Thunder.
And he is going at this point to turn, and you see him kind of like he's scrambling on the ice. He's frantically moving. His claws are gashing, and he's wet and cold, and his ice is covering his fur, and he kind of turns and he sees you on the other bank, and he sees the hole, and he kind of like gets on all of his haunches and starts to like move towards, and then the ice cracks under his paw, and he looks and he roars and he turns and he flees off into the woods beyond.
I won't drop the spell.
And that puts us out of combat. And I will put the music back to...
Is that the direction we're walking anyways?
Yes,
Okay. 8.
you're heading
How
north.
fast can Doctor Who fly? And far. Also, how the fuck does Strahd make a full moon, and red? I'm not a fan of that.
They used the land.
He has a 60-foot fly speed.
Oh, okay.
He quite literally did. Waved his hand and the blood moon came out.
That's terrifying.
So what exactly happened?
I was awoken by who I thought was going to be Casimir. Turned out to be Strahd, and he let me know that A, my sister is not in Barovia, but he knows where she is. But then also said that we haven't kept up our end of the bargain in telling him anything about Baba Lysaga. And,
Anything.
very heavily hinted that he didn't much like Sten Nedumbi, and said that a punishment must be dealt, and then literally opened the sky.
So
Also, I'm going to reach over and touch Casimir and heal him for 12 hit points
Got it.
with healing hands.
So why is Sten okay? I mean, Sten, you're okay, right?
I mean, right now, no.
He's like
Got
bleeding from
eviscerated.
multiple gashes.
You're fine.
A huge
It's really a
chunk in his
normal look for
shoulder.
me.
This mountain has like Sten's been fine most places, but this mountain has not served Sten well.
Not true. Not fine most places.
He,
Didn't you, like,
he literally-
die in the first. Sorry.
Yeah, I did.
Strahd literally said that a lesson must be taught, so I think he was just trying to shoot us in the foot. But then, in shooting him, I started something a little bigger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast See Invisibility on myself and just take a look around.
All right.
But I wanted to make it clear that I don't morally align with him. And I'll go and stand next to Irina.
Roll me a perception check, Andar. At disadvantage because you have disadvantage because exhaustion. Okay. With a 19, you look around, and you look in the direction in which you disappeared. You can see footsteps in the snow leading off into the forest. And then you see a few hoof marks appear, like not appear instantly, but you see a few hoof marks separated from any other sort of marks. And the footsteps seem to lead together, and then that's all you can see from this distance. But you don't see anything standing out invisibly near you.
Keep.
While Alistair crosses, I want to try and peek at his neck. Is it still being contained, his marks?
Roll me a perception check. Well, actually, do investigation, since you're specifically looking for it.
Ooh, 2 11s, 18.
You only get a glancing look as his collar's kind of covering most of it, but you do see it appears to be the same as what you remember it being. It doesn't have any drastic differences.
Okay.
Sten, I tried to wake you up, but then he caught me, which I think accelerated his plan for the blood moon. But
Sorry. I'm a heavy sleeper when it comes to wine, I suppose.
probably could have done something stronger than pepper, but you know. New tricks.
I don't know what I would have done if I saw him, though. Honestly.
Just would have been nice to have somebody. I realized that my transgressions with him before haven't exactly been great. But I'm glad you guys could see him.
I just don't understand. Why was he here at all?
Did he touch you to wake you up?
Yes.
Are you sleeping inside Tiny Hut?
When I woke up, there wasn't a tiny hut.
That doesn't seem possible.
But I think he was here. Like he said, he was upset that we hadn't told him anything about the Babalai saga. And apparently he got word that we've been investigating further. And then came to teach a lesson to us with either Sten or a Doomby.
Very clear who he picked, I suppose.
Why doesn't he like them specifically?
A
Well,
Doomby was always brash to him, but Sten?
I gave him a gift, then apparently he has no room for humor for.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's an real reaction.
I promise you, he did not.
I didn't count on him to not forget. I was expecting it sooner.
So,
Sorry.
Also, for what it's worth, above table, you guys should go back and watch that scene, because it's
Oh, I'm for sure going to.
thank you.
Oh, man.
Thank you. I love playing Strahd. I love
And-
playing villains.
And Alistair didn't lie, so you know everything. Go watch it.
Alistair didn't lie. I will say, Alistair slightly. He said an
he's
example
heavily
must
summarizing.
be. Yes, an
Yeah.
example must be dealt with, not a lesson must be taught. He said an example must be made. Was his exact wording?
More about Babala Saga. Did we learn that he doesn't already know? Because I don't feel like it's that much. I'm just saying.
I don't get the idea that he's a patient man.
For how long he's lived, that's quite the bummer for him.
Do you guys think it's a good sign, though, that he ran away from the fight? I know he's a lot more angry,
I
and we were down.
don't think he wanted to be in a fight that Irina's in. He seemed very upset with me when Irina attacked him.
Well, Irina's her own person. I'm just saying, I don't think you turned.
I'd have to agree, but apparently he doesn't see it that way.
Well, that would be in line with what we've heard, I imagine.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Thanks for taking our side, Irina.
But I'm not just going to let you die. I'll admit,
But you could have been ambivalent in it and not done anything. And it's helpful.
Also, I mean, a good, reasonable, nice man wouldn't have taken things that far, right? With punishing and making examples, or and turning one of our really good friends against us, forcing us to have to hurt them. I'm just saying.
I don't want to speak for her, but I think Irina can see what just happened for what it was.
But I kind of feel like last time we tried to talk reason with her, she had conflicting feelings.
Irina?
I'm right here.
I know, but I just didn't want to say it too loud. I don't want to hurt your feelings or anything. I just think he's toxic and you deserve better, okay? And we're better. We're your friends. We're actually your friends. We're not just obsessed with you like a creepy stalker man. We are your friends. And we actually love you and care about you. He doesn't love you. He loves power and control. As you can see. Hopefully.
I appreciate that, ma'am. I think toxic is a good word for this.
She's smart.
And as I think on it, I think we've learned some important information here, perhaps, in a subtle, twisted way. I remember when we were at Ravenloft, we discussed the certain decorum that comes with formal interactions. If, Alistair, what you say is true, that his ire, at least initially, seemed to be pointed at Sten and Adunbi, I imagine that those transgressions were of note to him due to the setting. But then if what ultimately pushed him over the edge in order to respond, as you've described, was the fact that we did not respect his wishes of informing him of our learnings, it seems he has not only a penchant for formality, but certain expectations of rules. It seems he's bound by at least some sort of twisted noble logic of behavior, although I can't imagine we're on very good terms with him at this point, we might be able to predict how he responds to different developments based off of how a noble might respond to such developments, with the caveat that his responses might be, and she kind of glances off in Adumbi's direction, of more extreme caliber than one might expect.
I'd have to agree.
Oh. Lawful evil. Okay. Understand.
So what do we do about Adumbi?
Well, we have to go after him, right? Not in a bad way. We just have to make sure that when the moon goes away, we could be there, right?
How close are we to any other towns?
Shit.
I mean, we're still a day or two from the crossroads.
It's miles. It's a significant ways. And
Honestly,
I
he doesn't make it there before morning, and we found Adumbi in the woods. I think Adumbi's fine in Barovia.
I wonder, what if he cuts through the forest, back to, the Huntress's fane? I mean, she's all about bestial and primal powers.
I imagine when he wakes up, he'll be very confused and look for answers.
Wasn't he talking about her also?
I'm surprised that his transformation at the hands of, he said that the Huntress was part of whatever happened to him, right? Am I mistaken?
I think his last outing, yes. Pretty sure.
I'm surprised that whatever gift the huntress provided to him was unable to rid him of a werewolf affliction. That seems odd to me.
Well, it was something he wasn't telling us.
Perhaps.
But
Either way, I don't think that we're capable of catching him on foot. In his bestial form, he'll move much faster than we can, and that's not to mention the fact that we're not fully rested.
did Strahd, did he command a Doonby to attack us? Why us?
Nothing besides, well, that moon. I assume it's still in the sky.
He's only been attacking animals. He's been with us and left many times. Why now?
I have to imagine the red moon brings its influences.
It is possible that his affliction was worsening. Had you encountered him had you ever come upon him as we did the other day before, where he was face deep, so to speak? I'll take the silence as a no.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear a question, Casimir.
I said, was the last encounter where we found him the first that you'd found him face deep, so to speak? Or has this occurred before?
Well, I have a very faint memory of maybe something with him, but we were running, not hunting.
Where did you wake up?
Back in the same place. I think we fell asleep, if I remember.
Was there evidence of your travel? Were there tracks or?
It was like a dream. Very vivid dream. And we were, very tired waking up, honestly.
Perhaps it starts with dreams before physically manifesting. If so, it might have started with night wanderings, led to our recent encounter with his hunt. And perhaps Strahd just accelerated the end of his transformation, or...
Maybe. I mean, I could tell who was a werewolf. I could smell it.
Then why did you not turn?
I believe the abbot cured me. At least I hope so.
But not your friend.
He chose not to. I don't think any of us have the magic. Maybe he does himself to remove a curse like that, but it's never something on our purview.
Lycanthropy is a disease. It can be cured, but...
To the desiring.
In the meantime, we should probably just be extra careful.
I think the first step is to... Well, I would say rest, but is it safe to camp here?
It's as safe here as it is any place, I imagine.
Ah, so not safe at all. Love it. Can we figure out maybe what happened? Why Tiny Hut was gone? Because now I'm really afraid to just sleep ever again.
Well, I imagine it's just because he's a very powerful wizard.
He's had years to perfect his craft.
Okay, so like, how can we make Tiny Hut more powerful?
Well, what specifically? Apologies, I still am getting the hang of the whole magic thing. But you can just turn off magic of other people? Or
Well,
did
there
he
are some
destroy it?
spells that could eliminate it, possibly dispel magic.
Well, that does seem on the nose.
It's not it's not something that anybody can just get rid of.
Is dispel magic a common spell?
Well, it depends entirely on where you are, I suppose.
Both Udunbi and I can do it.
Oh. Well, I need to
Amongst our
reevaluate.
group, yes, it's very common.
Very common.
I need to
50%, in fact.
reevaluate my confidence in our defenses.
I'm gonna put
also,
my hand on Irina's shoulder and emblazing that eclipsing moon of protection from good and evil on her.
Yep. Alistair's hand glows and Irina becomes slightly outlined in a glowing aura.
You're more than welcome to sleep outside of it if you'd like.
Well, I mean, I'm not an idiot. It's better than nothing. I just clearly had more confidence in it than perhaps was appropriate. That's not an insult, mind you. That's just...
I don't think there's really any place we could completely safely sleep here.
The more I learn about magic, the less I like it. That's all I'll say.
I guess we need to have maybe at least 2 people up at a time taking watch.
Casimir kind of rubs the back of his head, and you can see it's slightly swollen.
Casimir, what's the last thing you remember?
I was looking at the lake.
Did you see Tiny Hut drop and all?
Kind of pause for a moment.
For a brief moment, it went down and I moved to stand up.
It would have been some hit to drop you down that fast. Just like that. One big pan hit.
Well,
I'm surprised I didn't hear him coming or see him. There was no indication of any kind that I could see.
I don't know about you guys, but I need at least a little bit of rest before we get moving again.
Yes,
What
that
is
would
it?
be desirable.
It's still nighttime,
So-
right?
Correct.
In some
Well, I don't know.
lake early.
It is middle of the night. Probably 3, 4 a.m. ish. Estimation.
3, 4 a.m. So do we get another point of exhaustion?
That
We're in
depends
full-
on if
Made
you
in full
continue.
rest?
That depends on if you continue from here or if you go back to bed.
We need to sleep.
What would that be rest-wise in terms of short or long?
I'm basically considering this like an interruption where if you were to go back to bed, you would still get the long rest effects.
Okay.
We went back to bed.
Sounds good to me.
You're all like, oh yes, let's do that.
I'll take first watch. We should split this up.
Can Doctor Who stay up too? Like, does he need to sleep?
No, he sure doesn't.
We love you, Doctor Who, but we need you on watch.
All right. So
If we're doing teams of 2, I'll stay up with Alistair for first watch.
Wake me up for next watch.
We'll wake you up when September ends.
Man, wake up!
Wait,
oh boy, do I have news for you.
I don't get to sleep at all.
He's getting older. He's got to sleep in a little longer. Give him a day.
All right, can we hit the bathroom? Thank you.
I think this is a good point for that. All right, real quick. So are you guys tiny hutting and resting? Is that the plan?
You want to move to the other side of the bank?
Maybe we should go in the trees somewhere. Not in a giant.
Where Doomby just ran off.
Yeah, sure.
That way. I mean, he's not.
Werewolves don't strike twice, right? That's what they say.
That's the saying.
You know what? We'll just go in the middle of the.
There. Tiny hut.
Okay, bathroom.
All right. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
So, you guys bed down for the night a second time. Now overlooked by a very dark red blood moon. Any conversations or anything that anyone wants to do for this round?
Mim is just gonna pass out.
Alistair and I had first watch.
Yep.
And I'll just have, instead of being in Tiny Hut, Doctor Who can be perched on a tree overlooking it,
Cool.
keeping watch.
Done.
So your sister's not in Barovia. That'd
Apparently
be good
not.
news.
I take that as wonderful news, to be honest with you. It's also what gave me the confidence to stand up against him there. He, at least currently, doesn't have her. I just assumed
I mean,
that
unless he's lying, right?
Oh, and you're awake.
Well, good morning, Antar.
Hello.
I mean, it's true, but before this, I just assumed that he killed her, to be honest with you. But I also don't... It's weird, you know? Like, I know her. It's the one memory that I have to latch on to, but how much kinship can really be there when you don't fully remember?
I'm sure you'll remember.
Yeah. I'm hopeful that talking to her will clear things up, but who's to say? And the here and now is important. I'll look over to Irina. The hope for everybody here is important.
I got a little worried earlier just thinking about things. Do you think she's on a timeline? Did all of her past selves go at the same time? Same age?
I worry that if she is in a loop, if nothing plays out, then something eventually bad will happen. But also the concept of time and quite literally meddling with it is a little outside of my purview.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's weird. There's no recollection of old age.
Yeah, that's true. It's not like she's had a loop where she's grown old.
Pretty sad to think about.
I think that's why we have to do what we're doing. We have to fight on to hopefully end this loop, and so that these people can live their lives. Because if she's in a loop, who's to say who else is as well?
And I think definitely we interact with the Fanes. I think if he summoned that, I'll look up at the moon, to take that away from him, saves a couple people at least, right? From going crazy.
For sure. And, I don't exactly love that he can both just move a river and open the sky. That's more power than any one man should have.
And,
Nope, sorry. I was asleep. I forgot I was asleep.
oh,
And,
he falls asleep so fast. Good for him. I haven't heard any stories about someone who can do all this. And I've heard plenty of monsters maybe, but not man.
I've heard that some of the gods could do it, but also, commonly you don't see them walking around. I mean, I have one time in my life, and I've seen Strahd twice. He's no god.
What do you think about Ludmilla? Can she help us?
I have learned that I'm quick to try and make new allies, and maybe I shouldn't trust people as easily, especially here. But I think if she wants out from under Strahd's thumb, that an enemy of an enemy, you know.
Can help you out for a short time. Yeah. Just worries me that she wants to take over.
But also, I would be willing to learn more about her and what her taking over would look like. Does that only free Irina? Could she be a more just leader?
We are able to defeat him, and it works in a way that we have to fill a spot. Would you rather her or one of us?
Honestly, I don't know. It would depend on what it entails, right? If that
I
means,
don't know either.
If that means Vampire taking a new champion and torturing them for all of their existence, that's a heavy price to pay.
But if you can control maybe who comes in, you don't let any more come in? I wish I knew what the extent of his powers were on that front.
I think we have to just keep going until we learn more. And in the meantime, protect what we can.
I agree. Trying to find some notes about something. Sorry. Yeah. I am a little eager to find out what reconsecrating these veins is going to be.
I can't say I'm even familiar with the practice. Like,
Me neither. But I like the idea that whatever trial is going to be a very good testament to who puts it forth, right? There's a lot of personality in those sort of things, so we'll know if we're doing the correct thing, right?
Right.
I mean, it made the rock stop attacking us. So, or I'm sorry, the giant bird stop attacking us. So, worth it at least for that.
I agree. But here's hoping it takes more from him than it does from us. I don't think we can stand to lose another person, to be honest with you. My differences with the Doombie aside, it will be hard without him. At least
It's already been hard without Mal. But you're right. It's a shame Strahd's so good at hitting his targets, huh? It really was him or me.
That's what he said.
Well, I guess I have to hope that we find a Doonby and next time I don't turn into a giant whatever.
How are you feeling, by the way? Angry
Up
werewolf
here,
feelings gone?
I haven't had it for more than a week now.
He grabbed me by the face and looked at my neck, and I will completely proffer my neck. How's she? How's my neck look?
Looks the same.
How was that? Please remind me.
Basically you have 2 scabbed over marks, and there are dark, inky veins stemming from each of those marks into your neck, that seem to be almost outlined in a light golden glow that seems to be containing it.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
It doesn't look any different than last time you showed me. It's good.
He said it wasn't progressing as fast as he'd hoped. Which is, I mean, both comforting and very alarming.
Yeah, considering we know he's got a very short temper. Yes. Well, that's a good thing, right? It means someone else is looking out for you.
I think 2 people. I just wish I knew what one of them wanted.
Maybe journal about it.
I think I will.
All right, well, you gotta wake up Mim.
Do we need to roll perception checks?
Go for it. Roll me 2 each.
2 each. Okay, first one at disadvantage is a nat 1.
First one's 16
Okay.
at disadvantage.
The second one's 20 total.
Second one is 17.
Cool. At first, Sten is very engrossed in the conversation, not paying a great deal of attention to watch, but between the 2 of you, you guys kind of keep a look around. The lake is eerily still. Every once in a while, you see some birds fly overhead, or hear kind of a rustle in the trees. A shadow catches you off guard, or a wisp of mist seems like it moves, but nothing terribly of concern or of note. Just kind of a slight sense of unease and an uncomfortable stillness.
All right, let's wake up Mim. And who was the other one that wanted to keep watch?
I don't think anyone volunteered.
I'm gonna shake Casimir awake.
Oh,
He needs
I
less sleep.
could have had some fun.
He needs less sleep than the human.
Casimir kind of rolls over and goes,
If it's all right with you, I think I've lost my watch privileges for the night.
Fair enough. Go to bed. I'm gonna smack
I got this,
Andar.
guys. Don't even worry.
Hey, you can wake up now.
I'm gonna get kind of in his face, like flying over and like looking at him, be like, "We can't be a team, man. Gotta get up."
Okay. All right. Lovely.
I'm gonna tell stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
With our rations.
honestly, though, like that energy is very accurate. The Donkey Shrek energy in that scene is very accurate to this situation. All right, so Stan and Alistair lie down. Andar and Mim post up for watch. Anything either of you want to talk about, or shall
I'm
we?
just gonna start thumbing through one of the books I have.
Cool.
I'm just gonna like ask him random questions about what he's reading and what's happening in his book. Are there any interesting stories? Also, wait, what's my intelligence? Oh, my intelligence is okay. I'm not gonna. So, what you reading?
Just some spell stuff.
Pretty cool.
You know, smarter every day.
You have something I can read?
I don't think I have anything written in crayon.
Wow, you're so funny, Andar.
Here, perhaps this. I'll just hand her a blank spell book.
You open it. Good thing I have a really good imagination. And I'm gonna take out a writing utensil.
Oh, I can't wait to read it.
Mim accidentally makes a spell. I love that.
And just you wait. I'm just gonna be writing in it.
All right.
Andar thinks that Mim's dumb, but Mim's intelligence is okay. Her wisdom's just kind of meh. Okay?
Andor thinks that everybody is dumb.
Yeah, Andar's a bitch. Just kidding. I love you.
All right, so Mim and Andar take watches over their books. After a while, the moon descends behind the clouds, and you get that kind of diffused morning light of Barovian morning. Everyone kind of rouses awake. Pretty tired, rough night, tough to sleep with everything that's weighing on all of you, but you all do lose a level of exhaustion.
Hell yeah.
So everyone's down to 1 except for Sten, who is out of exhaustion, and I think Mim as well. I'll double check.
Yeah. I'm out.
What happens to HP and spell slots?
Restored. Which is a little bit of funny, but Barovia is a harsh place. I try to be fair.
I mean, it still counts as resting even if you're like if you're resting but not asleep, right? Or do you have?
Well, so normally it would be a long rest to restore your HP and your spell slots, but because I interrupted in the middle of the night, I'm basically counting it as its own like isolated thing. Because you guys are already exhausted. I may like a challenge, but I'm not cruel.
Yeah.
Or at least
When
I'd
we're-
like to think so.
When we went from 5 players to 6 and then 4, or 6 then 5 then 4.
Look,
Fine.
man.
I have a question about the Tome of Understanding real quick.
Shoot.
If I don't make the required numbers of hour reading in the 6 days,
Mhm.
does it lose its magic? Or do I just have to redo that, reattempt?
Think of it as a rolling requirement, right? So if you read 4 hours on day 1, and then you read all the way up, and you're 3 hours short by day 6 or whatever, right? Then on that day 6, you basically have the 3 that you're short minus the 4 from day 1. So you're now 7 short total, right?
Yeah,
So
got you. Okay. But the only time it loses its magic is after it's been fully used, correct?
correct.
Cool.
All right. So everybody rouses awake. Slowly packs up their packs. There's a kind of awkward silence over the group after the events of the previous evening. What's your guys' plan?
Shall we venture forth to somewhere that's not quite as cold?
Now I think that is a great plan.
Sounds good to me.
Hey, Andar, can I keep this book for a little bit longer?
Sure.
Cool.
Andar giving Mim a gift. I never thought I'd see the day.
Yeah, we're best friends. Obviously.
My
I'm
mistake,
a pretty
of
nice
course.
guy. What can I say?
I know you actually are, Andar.
Man, what's
Underneath
the book
all
about?
that grum. That's a very good question.
Is it writing itself?
Nope.
Because I have one of those and they're not very helpful.
No.
But speaking
Andar
of,
gave me a blank book.
I'm
And-
going to peer into the brooch.
Right?
Oh, yeah. The bro.
It's Strahd Zarovich. He's behind you.
That's really familiar. What is that?
All right. So you open up the brooch and it expands out. And you see what appears to be a very dirt-worn man coming out of his wooden cabin and picking up a bucket and walking over to what appears to be a pen filled with various sheep and a handful of pigs. And he's feeding his livestock for the morning. He's wearing mud-covered boots and kind of this like worn, tattered, red thick wool shirt. No one you recognize, but doesn't appear to be anyone of particular note.
Is that the guy from Kresk? The
For a
sheep?
moment, it looked like the guy who let us into that house, but I don't think it is. I'm struggling with, is this weird that I'm watching someone live a normal life? Or am I happy that someone is?
Barovia.
Son just has an amulet of Truman Show, which is nice.
It's exciting. All right.
Wow. What? How tall is this rock? I can't see anyone to the right of me. That's hilarious.
Oh, wow. Holy shit.
Wow. What the fuck? Oh, I can't move.
Yes, yes. We've all seen the nice rock. Can we go now?
And we haven't been talking. How crazy cool is that thing you did last night?
What thing?
Oh, come on, don't be coy. The wall.
Oh, yes. Read it in a book.
Wow.
Take a look in a book and ours force wall.
Seemed like it could only come in handy.
And you can do that all the time.
Yep. Fine all the time. What do you mean?
Whenever you want.
Well,
All the time.
yeah, I can do it whenever I want, and then I need to rest for a little bit because it is quite tiring keeping it up.
Okay.
Why
Most
is
of the time,
everybody
and is cool.
pacing?
I'm fixing. There's a sync issue on my end with where people are.
got
so
you.
I'm syncing
Okay.
them.
Oh.
Like
Fifth level spell slots are
Alistair
hard to come
currently
by.
shows for audience over here, which is not where he is.
Weird.
So yeah, I'm trying to fix it. There we go. All right, cool. It was because I had the Discord over the
Ah,
actual browser window that I used for display because we were doing the role play. Anyway, so how are you guys dealing with this?
Does it look like people have walked over it before?
Well, this part all looks pretty hard packed ice.
Incredible.
Track in the middle.
and if I fall, I'm just gonna fall. So, fuck it.
Mm. Hi, everybody. I'm going into the pit of darkness. Oh, no, dang it. It wouldn't let me. Ah.
Into the wall
Okay.
of dark.
Where worlds collide.
So, what about?
Into the woods.
You guys take another full day of travel,
Which is not half speed anymore.
which is no longer half speed, so you guys can actually travel the full 6 miles.
Why does she run from me?
So, I have a question. Are we going all the way up north? Or can we just cut through the woods right here on the map where we are currently?
It's kind of also what I was thinking. We've done it. We've gone into these woods once before.
Because it seems like that would cut, I don't know, 3 days off of our trip.
Depending on difficult terrain.
I mean, unless we
you
get
guys have to walk.
lost.
How high are the trees in this forest? Like they're very high?
They're high.
The tree. Him and the trees. And Doctor Who are going to be so high.
But like right here, it's just like a mile.
Yeah. I would just like to cut. Mim and Tot are on that.
What's everyone's opinions? So Andar and Mim are both down for cutting.
What were the warnings we got about running in the forest off path?
I don't seem to remember any warnings.
Don't do it.
Yeah, we definitely have. We have quite a few. There were quite a few, but I don't remember what they were.
All right.
So they can't be meaningful.
Well,
Arena
essentially,
Cathar.
Barovia is a dangerous place in and of its own. Off the path is more dangerous, is the long and short of such warnings.
Well, you walk. Walking a mile is like 15, almost 20 minutes.
Walking?
Casimir, give us a riddle of why we shouldn't do this.
Random effects, man.
I don't need a riddle to tell you that I'm not cutting through the forest and that I'm staying to the crossroads.
That
So
is
if you're
good
cutting through
enough
the
for me.
forest, then I'm going north.
What do you expect to find that's worse than anything we've seen so far?
Sir, we
Why does it have to be worse than anything we've seen, and why can't it just be more of what we've seen?
can handle what we've seen.
We've been attacked on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And you think that that will become less once you enter into the forest?
But if I believe the map, it's not that far.
As I said, do what you will. But should you choose to enter the forest, I will be heading north.
All right, bye. So hold on. 4 miles plus, so what is that? That's about probably more than 14. Let's say 15 plus one more, so 16. And then all the way back down again is 12, wait, 11-ish. I'm gonna say 12. That's a long time versus the 1, or I guess 4, 5, because
Man, we need
I'm just thinking.
we need a little
And it's only going to
upper.
be one if we cut through on the narrowest little point here.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And if we dimension door, we can cut off 2,000 feet in a couple seconds.
That is like a half mile.
Yeah.
You could make that distance in one day, because the forest will slow you down a little bit, but you could make it out the other end and potentially onto the path in one day from where you are.
And if we dimension door halfway through the forest.
Well, it's only 2 people at a time.
Oh, so you'd have to.
It's whoever casts it, and then they can take someone. We can cast it 4 times.
Well, I could just go up and dash bonus action. I can move 90 feet every 10 seconds, technically, right? Because it's a turn. Or a turn 6 seconds. Every 6 seconds.
But I will remind you, we just got the little upper thirds that says Casimir disapproves.
But he didn't. But we're all just saying, hey, Casimir, we could do it very simply. You could dimension door if you're really that afraid. With who? Andar? Whoever and dimension.
Or
You
me.
could dimension door if you're a
And-
little
or Stan.
bitch.
Yeah.
Well, he was going to leave anyways, right?
That's true. I guess he doesn't have to go with us.
I mean, if Sten and I just went and dimension doored with each other, we can make it the whole way
We could.
immediately.
Okay, fine then.
It would take literally 10 seconds.
Okay, Andar. I think that your joking is going a little far here. You're just kind of hurting my feelings now. I know you don't mean to, because you would never do that. You can stop.
Okay, how fast can you fly 1 mile?
Well, let's see. So 90 feet.
Every
4
6 seconds.
6 seconds.
60, okay, so 60 feet every.
90.
Well, the spell fly grants 60 feet.
We could polymorph you. And we wouldn't get as far, but I mean, we could polymorph everybody, couldn't we? Isn't that a third level spell?
In a minute,
Fourth.
she could go 900 feet, essentially.
I mean, we could just make everyone
900 feet, so it'd take her 5 minutes ish. If she was booking full speed.
Book full. And I will go above the tree line. And have my wicked perception.
Oh my god! I'm
We'll
trying to
say 6
search for
minutes
things
to
that
be even.
fly. Flying snake came up.
Oh no. No. No.
Real quick,
It's
adding
fast.
that to Barovian notes.
It's
No, please don't.
it's
I
fa- it's
actually hate
fast.
snakes. Please
I can
don't.
cast fly on 3 of us.
No, there you go. I
So
fly
giant-
as it is.
Giant eagles fly 80 feet as an action. So dash 160.
All right, so I could cast fly on 3 of us. You could polymorph into a giant eagle. Mem can just fly, and theoretically, we could get over in like 10 minutes. Flying. Pending we don't get swarmed by bats, or mist, or fog, or all those other things that could take us to the ground.
Are there any ravens around?
Right now,
Yep.
roll me an investigation check.
Investigation. That's not as.
You're looking for them.
So Raven.
Oh, there sure aren't.
You don't. If there are, you don't see them.
I don't see nothing. Okay. I'm just saying, if it were perception, I would have seen 14 out of 20 of chances of them.
How many miles do we travel in a day?
6, we said.
Cool. We could do 48 miles in a day. If you actually like do a D&D calculator.
He made everything longer because the map was shorter or something like that.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
not. It's not. These aren't meant to be actual miles. These are meant to be Barovian distance.
Gotcha.
Hey, creepy elf, how would you feel about flying over the forest?
At a very quick speed.
Every time he's about to say something, some random effect plays on someone's game.
I mean, don't take it personally. I'm the glowing one.
The thing is, when it comes to like the size of Barovia is widely debated, but as written, it's so small that like you can go from like one corner
Well, yeah,
of
the
Barovia
fact
to
that-
the other in no time.
I feel like it's wild the fact that
That's how Europe
D&D
works.
player characters can move 48 miles in a day.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. And so if you were to take that actual to scale right here, let me zoom out. Let's start at Kresk. And we'll actually follow paths, right? So 48. Okay, you're at Velaki, you're still going, you're
I
following
mean,
the
we
path.
can easily get to Ravenloft.
Like, here we go, blah, 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 Elmos World, we're still going. You can make it from Crest to Ravenloft and still have part of your day left.
Yeah.
And that's walking. That's not a carriage. That's not with horses.
Jesus.
And so, in general, people are like, we like to make Barovia bigger.
So on Google Maps, 24 hours is like 60 something miles
Yep.
of straight walking. So how many is you said 48 miles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably
18
close-
hours of walking.
I was going to say like 16. It's literally you go from morning to night. And you never stop walking.
A curse. The curse.
The curse.
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner.
Pearl.
Is she Turner? Yeah, she is. Duh. Because she fakes it.
Turner. Will Turner. Bootstrap Bill.
All right.
Tur-
So what's the consensus here?
Well, we asked Casimir if he's cool flying.
Oh, sorry, I missed that you asked Casimir.
He's creepy elf.
Casimir, it will take me about 6 minutes to fly 1 mile, and if you polymorph are into a flying animal, you probably could go faster.
I've been away from my people long enough. I must return.
And you want to return alone?
Well, you're not giving me much of an option, are you?
You a huge option, because the deal is if you come with us there, then we're all gonna have to go up north anyway, right? What was the next on our to-do list? Wizard of Wines.
Step 1 is here, but we were gonna split up here to do that.
Oh, he was gonna go up there, and then we were gonna go down.
Yeah, you guys were gonna go here, and he was gonna go home,
Well, that
and you guys were
know
gonna
what?
go there.
He could.
And so now he's saying that he's just gonna go home from here.
He's alone. But okay, that's a lot longer traveling alone. Because if you come with us and help us at Yester Hill, and then all that jazz, and we go north, then you split up there, it's just basically the same distance.
But
What
assuming
is-
you wanted to come with us, you wouldn't have any reservations about the flying, same as you did walking?
Why are we assuming that I want to come with you?
For what it's
Well,
worth,
no,
Casimir,
it's
it
a
might be.
hypothetical situation.
What's the point of a hypothetical?
Enjoy
That's
your walk
right.
home.
We'll see you
We're
later.
probably going to do it. He's right.
both Andor and Mim at the same time. Like, all right, fuck it.
Bye.
For what it's worth, Casimir, you might be safest without us right now. I kind of painted a target on our back last night.
My point exactly.
It's cool. It's like, us helping you, saving your ass. It's fine. See ya. Doesn't mean anything. I understand there are those that value friendship and there are those that don't.
Well, if we're being objective, you also prevented me from doing what I went to do.
Yeah, and we saved your ass for it. So anyway. Goodbye.
For what it's worth, and I'll proffer a hand. Just to shake his hand.
He like looks at your hand and he looks at the road.
You all realize we have miles left of walking before we reach this junction, correct?
Yeah,
oh, but
they're
here's
in
the
a
thing
mood.
if we fly, if we all just fly now, we'll get there way faster. We don't even have to walk with you.
They're in a mood.
Right?
Well, I guess it's... Sure.
He like offers his hand and like shakes Alistair's hand.
Just because I think that the group is going to leave him, I'm going to cast protection from good and evil on him.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, my opinions are my opinions, and you all are entitled to your own.
No, I mean, I'm cool if we leave him. I just, I want to make sure that everything's okay.
Yeah, it's fair.
All right.
I don't want to piss off
long does
another
that last?
Mostani. We don't talk about that at all.
We don't talk
I'll look it
about
up.
protection from good and evil.
It's not very long. It's 10 minutes.
All right, you better get walking.
It's what I
the
do to make
gesture
people
that
feel
counts.
better.
That's so funny. All right, so
Listen, in Baldur's Gate, it's a whole day.
and Baldur's Gate, none of this would happen this way.
Are we
Alright.
at a point where we're splitting off from him?
Well, you guys still
Are
have
we
miles
fast?
left.
That's kind of my question to the group, right? Like,
Like,
are we
are we-
actually leaving this boy?
I
Are
mean,
we
you never
actually
wanna
right
come
here
over.
and we're just hastening it up?
No, okay. I was basically like, wait, fine, bye. And he's like, well, we have a lot longer to go. And I was like, well, if we just turned into polymorphed and then I dashed there now, we would be there even shorter time.
Our
And
spells
so-
only last an hour.
Yeah, but if it's still, how many miles can you said an eagle?
Yeah, will we make that? Let's see.
This is the most ridiculous discussion.
Okay, because I can travel 1 mile in 6 minutes. So I think you guys can travel faster than that. Actually, it might be less.
Well, if we
It
use
would take us
polymorph,
3.5
then
hours.
It's only 3 of us that are going.
No, 3 per se.
Oh, we don't have anything for Irina.
Yeah.
Or
well, no, we could do it.
all right, fine. Let's just walk with this guy. I'll just be quiet. It's just pissing me off.
All right.
I'll walk next to Casimir
I wanted.
after this fucking discussion.
All right.
I'm gonna be a little further in front of the group. That's what I'll do. I don't want to be near. He doesn't want to help his friends. It's fine.
Are there any discussions that you guys want to have on this journey?
What are you writing in that book?
That's for me to know and you to find out. Maybe.
I can't wait to read her fan fictions.
What is a fan fiction?
Mim invented it. It's canon now. Mim invented Tumblr.
Okay, so Irina, listen. There's this wonderful magical place, and it is where we put our writings. It's this giant magical book called Tumblr. We write stories, and they possibly include things like, oh man, here's a story about how Strahd's so hot, and he's the guy in the fan fiction, and then there's this whole love story thing, and then, you know, more than that. Okay? So that's fan fiction. Some people call it smut. It's great. Anyway.
Mim's writing fairy smut.
That is not what I'm writing. You guys need to take me a little bit more seriously.
Unless you tell us, we have to assume it's very smart.
Well, it's not finished yet.
All right.
Isn't that the fun?
On my Curse of Strahd bingo board, Mim writing smut and explaining it to Irina was not anywhere on the bingo board.
Oh my god.
Count that as free space.
I'm not writing smut, guys. I'm just saying I've done it before in the past. I invented the thing. I'm not writing smut, though. None of you guys take me seriously. You all think I'm like, oh, this is the, am I dumb or something? There you go, Cap. I did it once for you.
What's wrong with the way I talk?
What's wrong with the way I talk? Am I dumb or something? Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So outside of the smut conversation, are there any other conversations that want to occur on this hike? All right. So as you guys work your way down the mountain, you come to a curve where at this point most of the tundra hills are kind of rising off to the east from you. The snow is kind of just at the frosted tops of these foothills that kind of lead up towards the alpine path that you're passing down from, and you're starting to now reach the edges of the thick, dark evergreen forest that you know to be the Svalich woods of Barovia. And it's starting to become denser. You realize, based off of the curvature of the path, that this is about the point at which you would pass through should you choose to do so.
So, are we flying? What is the plan here? I can't fly.
Well, I can make you fly.
Yeah, anybody can fly. I'm just saying. Just a little bit of faith and trust in Andar's pixie dust.
Boo.
I was hoping someone else would finish it, okay? It's fine. It's very him. Okay, just let it be.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Real quick, I'm going to reach in my pack and take out my hand crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
And how many of these do I have left?
Are you just gonna shoot Casimir?
Yep.
No loose
Right in
ends.
the head.
Oh, he's suddenly old enough for you?
Yep. He's aged talking to us.
All Alistair's character growth out the window in one fell swoop.
Gone. And 6 bolts and silver crossbow bolts.
Okay.
And hand them to Casimir. I know you're well equipped, but just in case, and don't miss, because I can't part with a lot of these.
Let me see if he's actually even proficient with.
That's, yeah, fair point. Be hand crossbow.
Simple
But-
weapon, right?
Hand crossbows.
Yeah.
Do. They're martial. So I don't think he can use it.
I can't be bothered.
He'll take it though. He doesn't know
It's-
better.
When he looks at it in confusion, I'll go, it's better than nothing.
Fair. I appreciate it.
Of course, thank you for what you've done for us.
You have a
I
hand
have a-
crossbow in your inventory?
I do on D&D Beyond, but I didn't when I checked on...
Yeah, I'll re-update.
I removed it.
Then never mind. I'll
Okay.
just add it in naturally.
But yeah, see,
Dan,
I
you were gonna
had
say
one
something.
to give to him.
I didn't find anything in the temple to give back as a gift for Arabella. Can you bring this back to her? And I'll take the bag of gold patch off of my cape.
Okay.
It immediately turns into a bag of 100 gold pieces.
Oh wow.
Make sure she knows it's from me.
That's from both of us.
Wait, who are you giving that to?
The girl that Bluto tried to drown.
Oh. Oh.
I'll make sure it gets to her.
Also, DM, for your knowledge, it's my Hand of Mask crossbow. So it would have the mask logo on it.
Ah, okay. Good to know. All right.
Casimir, with the magic I showed you on the way up, of all the trees and things. Is there anything you'd like to see before you go?
He kind of pauses for a moment. And then he turns and he looks you in the face.
I hope the next time I can see it, it is not a projection. Until then, I will hold on to what you've already shown me.
All right.
Does he have? Okay. With that, he is going to kind of pause nod at each of you, and then head his way up the path.
All right, well, who wants to be a bird?
I'm like a bird.
Will
I want to fly away.
I know that I'm myself? I'm confused on how this works.
Well, if you're worried, I guess we could put like a little leash on you. And you'll still have to fly with us. I don't know how it works either.
Well, Sten, you can just cast polymorph on yourself, and I can cast fly on our human lighthouse and Irina.
All right, well, I guess I'll scout ahead. If I start making noises and flap my wings more, you'll know something's wrong.
I'm going to cast mage armor on myself and then fly on myself, Irina, and Alistair.
Sounds good.
I will
just
polymorph.
Fly away.
I'm going to do Giant Eagle, so I'm faster and have bonus perception.
Cool.
Help out on that.
All right, so you guys start flying above the forest. And as you guys soar over the forest tops, you can see kind of the mist swirling through the trees. Sten, roll me a perception check.
Is it for sight or smell?
Sight.
Cool. I have advantage. That is a 17.
As you're flying, you kind of see various things in the woods, certain figures here and there, whether they be deer or wolves or other forest animals. You do see a couple like moving figures, but none that take you any notice. The one thing that catches your eye is as you kind of soar over a gap in the trees, small gap, you see that there is a man lying face down, and there your eye catches the glint of a reflection off of an object that seems to be just outside his outstretched hand.
Do I want it?
That's up to you. From here, you see that the man is face down and that the glint came from just beyond his reach.
How far back is everybody else?
How far
Nice.
ahead were you
With
flying?
I don't. Why I get 160 feet per round. I'm just gonna circle it. I'm gonna circle the. I don't know if I would really. I'm one track mind. Just go, and I see
Yep.
this. I think I'm gonna circle the clearing.
Okay. So
Just so that my eye is still watching it, but I'm.
As you circle it and you take a closer look, at this point the group basically is catching up to you. You can see as you kind of circle around and the light shifts, that appears to be a black lacquered box.
How shiny is it on scale 1 to shiny? 1 to Alistair.
Let me take a look at this photo. I would say it's an 8. It is clearly glossy. It's lacquered. Lacquered's a good word for it. It's a black lacquered box. It appears to have tints of gold on it, but it's tough to tell from this distance.
I think I have to dive down to grab it. I am bird.
All right. So Sten goes diving down into the clearing. What? Stops it from across the house. Wait.
This bird's faster than Mim. Throwing it out there.
It's a bitch. It's double my speed. But did we notice him
So yeah,
circling?
so
and
he
then
was
start to dive?
circling around a clearing, and then as you guys flew closer, he dove down to it.
Okay. So, do I also see the shiny thing at this point now that I see him diving towards it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna follow him.
Okay.
I like shiny things.
So as you get close to it, Sten, you see that it is a perfect cube, a black cube with gold inlays that seem to be, you know, those old like kind of ivy fences, like where they rot the iron in a way that makes it look like they're vines intertwining and stuff. It's like that, but it's like a geometric pattern, where the center is basically four almost arrow-like designs that then weave out into this kind of like geometric shape around it to the corners.
Don't open the box.
It's inlaid with golden filigree.
Box.
At first, it appears to have no obvious lid or other features, but you can see that it is comprised of expertly crafted, tight-fitting panels.
Well, I'm definitely diving down. I'm gonna grab it in my mouth and swoop back up is the goal.
Okay.
On the way down, I want to make sure that the dude who's next to it isn't actively trying to go for it too. I don't want to contest in this.
As you swoop down, you see that it is just outside of his reach, and he does not appear to be moving. You swoop down and you take it and you fly back up.
You could get
Sorry.
Okay, this for sure can't hurt me in any way. It's too beautiful a box. Away I go.
All right. So Mim, you dive after him to see him pick it up and continue flying.
Oh, then I'd be like, wait, what? I look at I'm assuming dead guy, and I guess I just keep going.
He's face down and not moving.
I want to kind of investigate him.
All right.
Like, not like crazy. I do want to slow.
All right. So
Oh, I want to see what. Oh, my game broke. Hurt him if there are any wounds, if there's blood, or if he's just laying down in.
all right. From a 15 and flying down close to him, you see that there's blood pooled around his face. But he is face down.
Clothes and things don't look familiar.
Nothing out of the ordinary, just
Okay.
standard clothes.
Yes.
Commoner.
Can I loot his body?
Sure.
God. Okay.
Are you just like him facing down, or are you turning him over to get to his pockets?
Well, I kind of want to see. First, I want to see his face.
All right.
I want to see if he's breathing. he's
You
dead.
turn the figure over to discover with
Oh my God.
horror that his entire face has been ripped clean from his skull and his
No.
throat has been torn away.
Hmm. I grab a cloth from my hand or something, or my pocket, and I look around. I'm gonna see if there's any imminent danger.
You want me to
Yeah,
perception check?
22.
Everything seems quiet.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of not look. No, wait. Actually, instead of putting the cloth up here, I'm gonna put it on his face, and then I'm going to search.
Okay. He's got 2 gold and what appears to be house keys.
Take his keys.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put a little, and I'm gonna really quickly. No, I'm gonna just go.
Okay. You fly back up to join the group, and the rest of you try and catch up with Sten, who's flown off ahead. And that seems like a good place for us to stop.
I don't want to forget, but next time I want to tell everybody what I saw with the dude.
Well, do you want to do that now so you don't forget? Or would you rather wait?
Can polymorphed people understand?
His specific animal can understand common as well as owl language.
Amazing.
If you speak
Good.
Orin, go ahead and do it now.
Orin? Okay, well, I just say, that dude was really dead, and we should just keep an eye out for a scary thing that maybe could rip our throats out and our faces off. Also, I found his keys. Just in case we find out, who he is. We can tell his family.
Or loot his house.
I would never. I have grown. I have grown as a person. Very. Okay.
All right. Anything else anyone wants to check out before we finish up for today?
Nope. Don't open that box.
I'm opening the box. Are you kidding? I'm opening
that box.
We better go
every
ahead.
day and night
I'm
with
just
this
gonna
box.
throw out there. I've been sitting on this one. I
was really worried it was a Dune bee, and then when he didn't say anything that matches the Dune bee, like any description at all, other than dead man, I'm like,
it's
fine.
a dude dressed in common clothes, face down. What is there to describe? He's got brown hair.
Dude, this is a DLC villain waiting to happen.
Oh no.
this box
We unlocked the DLC killer.
is mine. All it cost me was 100 gold.
And maybe your life.
Oh, that's fine. I'm already in Barovia.
All right.
You're basically dead as it.
Well, lady and gents, thank you for playing. Congrats on making it to 50 fucking sessions. That's crazy.
Real.
Yay.
And we fought Strahd for a little bit.
You did fight Strahd for a little bit. You got a taste of what Strahd's gonna be like,
And we all survived.
and you all survived.
See about if
Also,
Wolf Doomby survived.
also Wolf Doonby's on the loose.
Was he ever really contained?
Valid. And Strahd is
Oh,
mad.
he was. Yep.
That's
So,
great.
All right.
Yep. I
Well,
feel
we all good
scared.
for next week?
No,
No.
I'm moving next week.
Oh, right. You mentioned that. I forgot.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Very
Woo.
exciting.
I know this will look different. So funny. I did move during the campaign so far, but I moved into a unit that looks the exact same, so the background didn't change.
Yes, I remember that.
Right.
Where are you moving?
The other side of town, south side of town now. Be
Are
further
you already
away.
on the south side of town?
I'm on the north side of town, of my town.
Oh.
Yeah. from him, I'm just further south, like an extra 20 minutes south.
Well, congratulations.
Woo.
We will aim for 2 weeks then. Because I
Sounds
think
good.
at this point with a 4-person group, we might the rule might be adapted to anyone misses. Because if we you guys are already
valid.
down,
Yep.
so we'll try and keep it for full party sessions. Cool. Well then, I'll
Wait,
see
what is stand out of context?
It's a clip.
Oh,
What is this
it-
clip?
just watch it.
Here, I'll play it on stream real quick. I'll share it with everybody.
I think it's kind of funny.
It is. Oh.
I'm definitely diving down. I'm gonna grab it.
That's amazing.
I'm definitely diving down. I'm gonna grab it. I'm definitely diving down.
Oh
I'm
man.
gonna grab it. I'm definitely diving down.
Doesn't include
I'm
the
just
put
gonna-
it in his
I'm
mouth
gonna grab it
thing.
That's
I'm
true.
def-
That's
That
valid.
would just be a step too far.
No. Well, you get the full clip cap.
One bridge too far. All right. Well, I'll see you
GGs,
guys
guys.
in a couple of weeks then.
Sounds good.
Au revoir.
All right. See you guys. Thanks for playing.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.